how different the feel is for this game compared to the first 5 games. We were sort of out of joint down at Finley Stadium with Brainerd. A game had to be moved for the installation of our beautiful turf here. 3 straight road games, rivalry games that were just really tension-filled, emotional. Damon said I answered so many phone calls from people wanting to know this, that, or whatever, and then also asked about the field. So he said we thought we had all that behind us, and then all of a sudden the field's about ready to go. We're going to play our first home game here. It's homecoming night, and he says just so many things and people call about the field. And he said, I don't mind answering those, and I appreciate their interest, but, I got a football game to put together. And he said this is his first sort of normal week that he's had the whole season. This is game number 6 for us,
Yeah, and also they had the dedication that first half hour.
Yeah.
And I know this, that dedication and the scoreboard replay of the former Bears, the greats from Steve Sloan, Bob Johnson, right on,
Yeah, Claude Clymer. Stephen Bradford.
I know Damon probably, Coach Floyd got caught up in all of that preliminary stuff, and I know that he had his mind on the game, but I could tell from just their normal, it wasn't a normal game for Mr. Patrick Spangler or Turner Jackson.
No.
Those two guys throughout that game were kind of on pins and needles to make sure everything clicked, everything went according to how they had planned it, and I thought it did. It was a beautiful ceremony, and I tell you what, Gary, we had plenty of dignitaries here.
We sure did, and what people don't understand behind the scenes, there was these committees put together, which I was honored to be a part of too, but they had meeting after meeting, and there's so much pre-planned to go in to get the videos, and Mr. Schroyer had to put all this videos together on the board, edited it down to a reasonable time and all that, and he did a great, tremendous job of that, and I hope people got to see that. It's out there on YouTube as well, so you can see things like that. But tonight, by the way, while I'm thinking about it, I want to mention that we don't have the left field lounge here tonight because the Stadium Barbecue is hosting our tailgate party for the Bradley baseball team. And Coach Travis Adams and his guys, I'm sure, are there. So go by there and get your barbecue. Bring to the plate your game with you. Mention you're there to support Bradley Central baseball, and I think they get a percentage of the profits out of that. But we'd like to mention that as well. I might mention right now, too, that Bradley Central's marching band will be joined tonight by Lake Forest Band. They have this combo thing once a year, and Lake Forest folks are here with the Bradley Band as we get ready for the Bearden Bulldogs. Now, it's a big region game, and we've seen Bearden a few times. Oh, you can give us a little bit of history.
Yeah, and this is a game of streaks. It's not a long series. The series started way back in 1972, but we've played a couple then, and then a couple in 95, 96, and then more recently in the last 4 or 5 years. But the Bears won the very first 2 games, both in 1972 and 1973, back-to-back wins. And then we didn't play again until the mid-90s, and then Bearden won 2 straight. And we didn't play again until, like I said, just in the last 5 or 6 years.
Played Super 32 twice.
Yeah, we sure did. Super 32. We caught them again, and since then, after the Bulldogs won 3 straight to take the lead momentarily in the series, now the Bears have repaid them, and the Bears have won the last 3 games. So it's just of streaks, and let's hope the Bears can continue that streak tonight. But this is the 9th game. The Bears lead the series 5-3, and as I said at the top of the broadcast an hour or so ago, Bearden, telling it like it is, they're not an outstanding ball club, but they're a dangerous ball club that you can't label them as a weak team at all.
No.
They're just an average type team, and the keys to their offense, they don't throw it 30 times a game like a lot of teams do, like the Bears sometimes have done, but yet they have a well-balanced offense. They will have 2 running backs that Gary will be yelling these guys' names quite often, Nico Young and Seth Arana. Both are experienced running backs, and they will probably share about 12 to 15 carries per game, and then you throw in the senior quarterback who you informed me is a transfer from Knox West High School. West has a very good, strong program.
Number 1 in 5A.
Yes, and he was there until the off-season prior to this year. So he's a transfer to Bearden for his senior year, John Harrison. John is a capable quarterback. He will not throw it 30 times a game, and but he will toss it probably 13, 14, 15 times is what we expect. Now, he may come out and throw 30 times tonight, but I don't expect that. Maybe 15 passes, but he completes close to half of his passes, so they have a balanced attack. Probably will run it 2 times for every pass attempt that they have.
Well, and the crazy thing is, Bearden's quarterback from last year went to Knox West, so they swapped quarterbacks literally. And he's a junior at West this year, and the senior came from West to Bearden this year. He is a senior, and they have a freshman backup too that Damon said, looking at film, that he got in to play several plays during a game if they had a big lead or got way behind or whatever. But the only common opponent we have this year is Hardin Valley. We both rolled over Hardin Valley pretty good, and they did the same thing. Of course, we mentioned earlier that they had lost to Maryville, who's number 2 in the state in 6A. Knox West, who's number 1 in 5A. They lost to South Doyle and to Fulton, who are 2 typically perennial powerhouses. They beat Oak Ridge, who's runner-up in 5A last year in the state championship final. So people better not look at this 2-4 record and assume, this is a blowout for us here.
A win over Oak Ridge and playing pretty well with head-to-head with Knox West and South Doyle.
Yeah.
That's 2 good ball clubs there. And if you're going to compete there and beat Oak Ridge, you can't overlook a Bearden Bulldog team.
That's right. You're exactly right. Right now, I think that the national anthem is coming up from the field. Let's send it back to the studio for a 2-minute break here on the Buzz 101.3, and we'll return in 2 minutes.
Our anthem tonight will be performed by the Bradley Central Marching Band. It will not. Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave? Oh, the land of the free and the home of the brave. Broadcast
just had a great rendition of the national anthem, sang Acapello by Mr. Brian Howard here tonight. We'd like to remind you about Village Volkswagen, locally owned and proud sponsor of local sports. Take a test drive on the award-winning, locally made VW Atlas, villageofvw.com. We are at Bradley Central High School. In spite of some earlier announcements this afternoon, we heard across our own one of our sister stations that we're on the road at Bearden. That's not the truth, folks. I also like to remind you about the Voitech Center for Orthopedic Care. No matter if it's a sports injury, a work injury, or just an accident at home, Voitech Center has you covered. Check them out at voitech.com. Chick-fil-A. Pick up your tailgating food at Chick-fil-A. Order your trays today for the big game. That's Chick-fil-A, another great sponsor, along with Dale's Heating and Air for all your heating and air needs. As we begin to cool off the season, people get thinking about cranking up that air or the heating. Just a few weeks, I guess. Dale's Heating and Air. Just call Dales.com. As well as Oh Yeah Health and Fitness Complex. Oh Yeah Health and Fitness Complex, the home of the no contract membership. Download a free 5-day pass at ohyeahlife.com. No enrollment fee, and as low as $19 per month. And Earl, one of the things I want to mention tonight, we have a Southern Heritage historic thing. I'll tell you something, I bet you didn't know. Bearden High School was named after the Marquis de Lafayette, a good French name. He was a captain in the Civil War for the Union.
Lafayette.
A lot of the people,
Frenchmen.
A lot of the people in East Tennessee were Union sympathizers, not rebel sympathizers. All through Greenville up there, they were Union supporters. But they've been at this location up there in Knoxville that we've been to many times since 1969. They opened in 1939, so 30 years later built the new school out there off of the Highway 70 there, or Highway 11. And
where does the name Bearden fit in with Lafayette?
I have no idea. I just took it off their historical website.
Okay. I did not know that.
Holly Warwick went to school there, as did Phil Garner, Mike DeFelice, Lane Thomas, some Major League Baseball players, a great baseball program, and Britton and Dustin Colquitt, a familiar name, and well at UT and in the pros. Those are some of the notable alumni there, as we talk about our Southern Heritage moments there. We like to throw some tidbits of information like that out there. But, Marquis de Lafayette, I'm not sure where the beard is.
A very good friend, probably the best friend from a person outside the United States at that time.
Yes.
He was a great friend of General George Washington.
Lafayette.
Yeah.
He was a farmer there, too. And maybe that's how Washington, who was a farmer, knew him. But he was a farmer there in the Knoxville area and became a captain in the Union Army. So that's a little tidbit about Bearden information tonight. Mm-hmm. By the way, if folks from Bearden happen to be streaming or listening on theirs, your game's being streamed on Diamond Vision tonight, I was told by a young lady, and they're across the way from us, so I can't give you any more information than that. But our game tonight is being streamed on the Bear Network here, and we appreciate Mr. Shroyer. And it's a student-run production, and Mr. Shroyer will be doing some sideline work with us tonight. I'm not sure where he is at right now, but
I was talking with Glenn, and I did not know this. You probably did, but he said he'd been out here since 9 a.m.
Yes, he has.
Getting ready, and he was fretting about the fact that 2 of their cameras were not working 2 weeks ago in that big ceremony, but they still managed to get everything in, he said. So they are manning, he was telling me, 5 different cameras tonight. I had no idea that what he was doing was such a massive organization. I knew that a lot of things were going on in the so-called production truck. Yeah, just like ESPN. I mean, they have a truck back there. They have numerous cameras. And, hey, it's a first-class promotion here. But I thought, 3 hours would be a big amount of time. Oh, no. From 9 o'clock this morning, and he's still supervising tonight. Yep. And he'll be here when we pack it up at 10:15 tonight.
Yeah, we'll be long gone before he leaves. We've got Cadence directing in the production truck. Cadence is there tonight. We got Eli and Trevor on the cameras. Got Josh over here manning the Jumbotron tonight, handling that. So we've got a lot of things going on here tonight, and we appreciate those guys. That's the ones that also record our interviews each week that you see in here. As Bearden runs on the field tonight, they're going to be in their white uniform tops with dark pants.
That is maroon.
Maroon. Okay, thank you. Thank you. And then the Bears in gold. It's the first time we've seen the gold jerseys tonight with black pants. I think the first time this year we've seen the gold with the stripes on the sleeves, on the shoulders.
But you can see the numerals really, really well.
Yeah. And it's a beautiful night. The sun is about to set behind the big oak trees over there. Nice crowd here tonight. I didn't know what kind of crowd to anticipate since it is the start of fall break. School let out today at 3:30, and they're gone all next week. So I guess there's some band members missing. The football team is all here, but typically there's a lot of family vacations there. And by the way, I'll go ahead and mention Earl, I will not be here next week. Dwayne Williams says, my wife and I are going to go up to New England and tool around up there for several days. And
a well-deserved break.
Well, it is.
You and Norma.
Especially for Norma. She's been wanting to go up there every year, and I say, well, honey, I got football. She says, well, I see football's up here, and I'm down here. It's more important to me. And I said, no, don't lay this guilt trip on me. Oh, well, yeah, I'm going to lay that guilt trip on you. So I told her this year we'd go if it wasn't a Cleveland game or a Walker Valley game or a Maryville game or a McMinn game. So that's half the schedule. I said,
well, Gary, I tell you what, I've been to New England, up to Portland, Maine, and to Boston.
One of our stops.
8 different times with school trips all the way back to the early 90s, but this was right after the school year, late May or early June, so you've got something on me that I've always looked forward to, and that is the fall visit with all that fall foliage and leaves. So you and Norma are going to have a great experience there.
I think we will, and Dwayne has worked with you before, a couple of games last year, and he'll be with you down at Ooltewah. It's at Ooltewah next week, a non-region game for the Bears, and then we'll have we've had our open week. And I talked to Dame this week as we get ready for the coin toss here. The coin toss brought to you by Solutions Finance. We'll watch that, try to keep track of that. We were able to get Gwen down there last year when we was on the road somewhere to stick a mic in her face, but we don't. Gwen's up here working on technical things up here in the press box tonight. The Bear caps are out there. Of course, that's Isaiah Arnold, Gabe Campbell, Aiden McCleary, and Josh Helson, the 4 captains for the Bears, out there meeting with the head official out of the Tri-State Association here on a beautiful, beautiful night. It's cooled off a lot. It's in the 80s today, but it's cooled off quickly.
Boy, I tell you, we've been blessed the last 2 weeks. I wish we could just bottle this the last couple of weeks and just have a replay for every year and in late September and into October. It's just near perfect weather.
There's the toss. Referee indicates that Bearden won it, and they will defer to the second half kickoff. So Bradley,
yes, we're going to receive.
Probably will take the ball. Let's see what they decide. Bradley will receive on the north end on the open horseshoe end. So we'll take a quick timeout for Toyota of Cleveland on our kickoff program here as we wrap up Food City pregame show here on the Buzz 101.3. Back in 30 seconds.
The field, I know you've got to agree it is absolutely beautiful. We want to remind you that the numbered seats on the home side
said Bearden won the toss, decided to defer. That's the Solutions Finance coin toss. And our first quarter is brought to you by Tzatziki's, making things taste healthy. And we're going to have Mr. Sawyer down on the sideline here, Gwen, who has a tremendous amount of work to do here in prepping for these games each week. As Earl said, he's out here all day long on Fridays with his broadcast class. Now, their classes are out here helping him drag cables and set things up and test out the equipment, the Jumbotron and all that. So you can see the Jumbotron live tonight. It'll follow the play with 5 different cameras tonight. Bearden is streaming back to their folks in Knoxville, and Bradley's going to send back deep. Give me some numbers there, Earl. It's probably the same folks we see each week.
Yeah, I think J. Allen Terry is on the near side, and is that Goree on the other side?
Looks like Marcus Goree on the far side. Yep. Marcus Goree Jr. It's Allen Terry, the freshman, a sophomore and a freshman. And let's see if they kick. Well, I don't know what their kickers got. I wasn't paying any attention to the pregame show. Here he comes on the approach to the ball, and we are underway. A high kick. They better grab it. It's going to be caught at the 19 to the 20 to the 25. One step.
Yeah.
One step.
Boy, if he had broken that one tackle, the man that brought him down, he would have taken it to the house.
So J. Allen Terry, the freshman, returns it for the Bears to right at the 30-yard line. Be a 1st and 10 for the Bears at that point. Brad will be on the road to Ooltewah, a non-region game next year. Ooltewah dropped out of our region, as is Saudi Daisy, due to the reclassification, and they tend to shake up a little bit. Not necessarily that they lost students, but the other schools maybe pick some up. So they try to divide them evenly, the TSSAA does. And right now the Bears will have Jackson Wilson in the backfield with Aiden McCleary. A single man out wide right. It looks like Taylor Dugan out here to the left side in an overload formation to the left side. Brad will now shift Carter Howard into the H-back position and be a handoff to Jackson Wilson up to the middle. He's going to have 5 yards, 6, 7, 8, 9, about 8, I guess. Second down coming up and 2 to go.
Out to the 38.
8-yard pickup there for the young sophomore. I talked to him this week in an interview. I hope you go back and listen to that. Like I said, it's on YouTube and Twitter, and he's a cool cat. Got that big shock of blonde hair, curly blonde hair. He only weighs like 180, and he's 6 foot or 6'1", and he can put on some muscle mass. That's what he's planning on. Twins to the right side of the Bears, and now there's a flag on the
for the Bears.
5-yard markup, and the 1st and 10 for the Bears, and Cleveland Ford. They'll move the ball up to the 43-yard line. They jumped, a couple of their guys did, anticipating the count, the snap count. Brad will call their guys back in and shift to the left side now with, let's see, we're going to have Dugan over here along with J. Allen Terry underneath him. Wilson in the backfield, Carter Howard at the tight end. We didn't get a chance to do the starting laps tonight, Earl. So
we did hit 3 or 4 of their key offensive players, but
hand off to Wilson. He'll hit the hole. He's going to have good yards. He's going to have 5, 6, 7, 8, 10, and more yards down across the midfield to the 45. And
now they're down first down
at the 44 from the 43 in Bear territory. So that's, 6 and 7, 13-yard pickup. Yep. And
exactly.
10 for the Bears.
8 and 13.
I asked Jackson about how he has his hand on the back of the blockers. What's that do for him? He said, well, I can just sort of feed off them, see where they're going, and so I can slow down and wait on them if I feel them slowing. And it's just crazy what he's been doing.
He follows his blocking as well as any running back I've seen lately.
Yep. Bradley checks off and changes the play. Twins left side. They will go to Wilson again, getting the blocking up front. This time he's going to be stopped dead in his tracks after maybe a gain of 1 down to the 43-yard line. It'll be 2nd down and 9. Give him 1 yard. We need him to carry the ball, but we need to let him rest some too, because we hadn't talked about Simon Mullis, who was severely injured 2 weeks ago on a long play, which was called back due to a penalty. Broke a couple of bones in his leg and had to have a surgery last Thursday, a week ago yesterday, and he's done for the year. But he's just a sophomore. That's the good news, as Damon said in his interview this week. Bradshaw spurred him out to the right side this time. They're going to shift. Josh Helsen's in there now, right in front of Howard in a stack formation at the H-back position. Here's a pitch out on the right side, trying to go wide as Wilson. He just breaks free. There's a flag, and it's coming back.
Yep.
He'll have 7 or 8 yards, but he got the Bears for holding. And that's probably Carter Howard out there, or Helsen, one of the two, because they were lead blockers. Holding is indication quickly. Flag is down where at the 45, so back him up to the Bear 45, where it's going to be 2nd down now, and repeat that, it's going to be 2nd down, about 12 to go. No, 21. Now there's the mark off.
Yeah, you know what, Gary, we sometimes are critical, but those holding penalties, when you're blocking, even though you're coached not to do something,
yep,
it is just so easy to just grab,
yep,
because you want to spring your running back, and you get caught for that.
Loss is Vanderbilt Morgan again, our penalty sponsor this year. And they were with us during basketball season. We appreciate them so much, Andrew. I hope you're having a good day. Maybe here tonight, I don't know. Bradley again, really spread out. Trips left side. McCleary back. Pass is going to be tipped and nearly intercepted. It's going to be 3rd and long. 3rd, and they got to get about 21 to go for a 1st down. Ball at the Bear 45. Clock stopped after the incomplete pass. He had really threw into triple coverage there, it looked like almost. And no chance that the Bears were going to catch that. It didn't look like from here. But anyways, 3rd down and 21 for the Bears. First series of the game for the Bears here. Looking again to the sidelines. Coach Todd Burkhart's the OC, and I believe he's the one down in the signal in the play. His first year as offensive coordinator here for the Bears. Ball right to 45. They'll hand it to Wilson. He'll hit the middle. He'll get away from one guy, but not the second. He's going to be dragged down after a gain of just 2 yards, and they're going to punt it away. It's going to be 4th down and right at 20 to go for a 1st down. 4th and 19, they call it, after a 2-yard gain. 4th and 19, 2-yard pickup by Jackson Wilson. And exactly what Coach Floyd said, they're putting 8 in the box. They're not going to let Jackson Wilson break them on him if they can help it. And he's been corralled the first half of some games, but then he breaks loose that second half, Earl, and picks up some major gains. So back to punt is Jackson Wilson, and back deep for Bearden. I can't get a number on him. He's turned the wrong way. We'll pick it up for you. Here's a snap. Nice snap. Jackson Wilson, high punt, wobbly, but off to the right. It's going to hit and at the 30 and be down by the Bears there at the Bearden and maybe the 31. It'll be 1st and 10 after the punt, and we'll return in. No, let's keep it here. Let's keep it right here. They're already out there on the field ready to snap the ball almost. 9:08 to go in the first quarter play, so that stops at Bear drive. Penalties, Earl, they kill you.
Yeah.
That 10-yard penalty, we would have 2nd and 9 instead of 3rd and 21. So.
Exactly. And it's hard to overcome in one play, too. 3rd and 21, that's a long situation.
And had an incomplete pass, sort of set it up for to fail on the drive, but here come the Bearden Bulldogs. Hand off to the man in the middle. He's going to have a yard or two. No, he's free. He's going to get 3 or 4 maybe from the 30 out to the 30, 33 looks like. He gained the 3, 2nd down and 7 coming up.
That is Nico Young.
Nico Young. He is a 5'10", 180-pounder senior for the Bearden Bulldogs. 2nd down and 7 for the Bulldogs at their 33-yard line. 8:47, clock running here in the first quarter. They're out of the shotgun, of course, single man either side. The snap. He bobbled it, and he's going to be hit and sacked. No, he gets free. He gets free. He's going to run with it out to the 35 to the 36. Boy, they had him corralled back there. That's Drew Parrott, the freshman quarterback in there. Drew Parrott, the freshman quarterback in there.
Tackle by Knox Watson.
Knox Watson on the carry. 3rd and 4 coming up after a 3-yard gain. 3rd and 4. They've got Twins left side. They'll overload that way.
4 yards for a first for the Bearden Bulldogs.
And they look like, and they said they run the same exact formations as we run. So it looks like a mirror image of the Bears. Looking at them on film. Back goes. Nobody's going back because the flag sounds, and we've got a penalty, I believe, motion. Here comes a signal. Offsides. Oh, it's offsides. They lined up offsides, I guess. Another penalty for the loss of Vanderbilt Morgan. If you get flagged for drinking and driving, come see the loss of Vanderbilt Morgan for all your legal needs. Hope you're not drinking and driving unless it's Coca-Cola or Dr. Pepper. So back them up 5 yards. It's going to be 3rd down and 9 to go now. That'll help the Bear cause defensively.
They were already back in a passing formation. Harrison was trying to throw, so this is a definite throwing down.
Back they go, looking, throwing out in the flat's going to be complete to the 30, 35, 40. Got a first down, the 45. Midfield breaks free. 40, 35, 30. One man to beat, and he's going to be horse collar and slung down. And that will be for the Bears. Make the tackle. Finn Mertens, the last man there, and they get from the 31-yard line all the way down to the Bear. Oh, and he's hurt. To the Bear 14, and Mertens is not getting up. We've already lost one defensive back this year.
Lousy.
Simon Mullis out, and Mullis is laying face down, banging his fist on the ground. He's hurting, but he's moving his right leg anyway. There's Julie Savage, the trainer, out there quickly to look at him. Be a 1st and 10 for Brainerd, 54-yard run.
Hey, Gary.
Yes, sir.
And Rodney Williams is not dressed out tonight either.
Rodney's not dressed out well. I'm not sure what's wrong with Rodney. The only injuries we knew about were all healed up with the open week, so not sure about that, but appreciate it. And that will be, let's see if they're going to work on him. Well, we may have to take a break here. I tell you what. Yeah, let's take a break here. They've taken his helmet off. Let's take a break here, Morgan. Send it back to the studio at 7:34 in the first quarter. No score, but Bearden is driving to the Bear.
As our team doctor for us, so we're thankful for Ms. Julie Savage, our athletic trainer, as well as Dr. Jason Spangler. And Merton still down on the near sideline. Take a chance just to take an opportunity here to thank all of our game day sponsors. They are Equititle, Massey's Electrical, Rick's Plumbing, Bank of Cleveland, Mike Smith, our county trustee, Express Athletics, check their table out over by the home entrance, Holston Gas, Albies, Wright Brothers Construction, Tzatziki's Oakport Restaurant, Campbell's Installation.
Finn Mertens is off the field now. Out of the shotgun. Twins left side. He'll hand off to the man in the middle. He'll have yards down across the 15. Well, I don't know if he gained anything.
I don't think he did.
15. I think it'll be 2nd and 10 to go from that point. Gwen, are you down there close to where they're at?
I'm standing here with the players on the sideline.
What does your, we hate speculating on injury, but look like from here maybe a shoulder injury?
Yeah, I couldn't tell. Definitely upper body, but
yeah.
I couldn't tell.
The way he rode him down there could be the problem there. 2nd down and 10 to go for the Bulldogs. They're looking at the sideline. They're going to signal a new play in. They've got Twins left side. The one running back, is that 22 or 32?
That's Nico Young, the running back.
Okay. the snap, hands off to the running back, and it'll be gaining down to about the 11 before he's pushed back by a whole host of Bears. Going to be third down and about a long 7, short 8 to go. Give him about 2 yards. Well, let's give him 3 because the ball's marked down to 12. Third down and 7 to go there from the 12 in Bear territory after that long 54-yard run. And that run was by Nico Young. He's at the tailback position now behind the quarterback. Handoff. Nope. He'll roll out. That's going to be the pass into the end zone. Wide open. He's got. No! He dropped it. It led him a little bit too far. He was wide open. It's going to be fourth down. And let's see if they're going to. Yep, here comes the field goal team in.
and out of his hands.
Right in the hands almost. But he was having to really run hard to get there and just couldn't pull it in.
Normally this is going to be a 29-yard attempt from the 12. They usually take about 7 yards from the line of scrimmage plus the 10.
Yep. You're exactly right. Looks like.
They're getting set to put it on the 19.
So 29-yard attempt coming up. The right-footed kicker.
Just a tad longer than a normal extra point.
Looks like number 67, Downey. For 16, that's Ford, Ethan Ford. His kick is up. It's plenty long enough. Looks good from here. Referee says it is good. So Bearden takes the early lead at 3-0 here. At 6:12 to go in the first quarter play. 3-0 Bulldogs over the Bears. We'll be back in 1.5 minutes with more live coverage on the bus. 101.3 with game supplied to you by Wholesale Supply Group. For the Bearden kickoff, the second of the game. They scored on a 29-yard field. We scored 3 points on a 29-yard field, like the long 54-yard run. And here comes the approach, the kickoff. A high, booming kick all the way back to the 1-yard line, to the 5, to the 10, to the 15, to the 20, to the 25, 30. Here, baby! He's going to take it to the half, and he's going to have one guy to beat, and he gets tackled at the 40-yard line. Wow, what a return kickoff there by number 8, Marcus Gorey Jr. I thought he had a 99-yarder there.
Yep, I thought he was going to make it, but he had a couple of guys to beat at midfield. They came out of nowhere.
The kicker got him.
Yeah, and if he could have had one more block there or somehow sidestepped him, but that wasn't to be. But a great run from the 1 out to the 38-yard line, and that's Bearden's 38.
Yep.
So 49 plus 12, that would be 61 yards.
That sets us up pretty good there. Out wide right is J. Allen Terry and Taylor Dugan. Goree out wide left here. Wilson in the backfield with Aiden McCleary. They got 4 down the linemen. Here comes the jet sweep. It's going to be a handoff to Wilson. He'll be into the middle for there's flag. Golly bum. Goodness gracious.
That's Jackson Wilson again.
You know what this is going to be? 5-yard gain on the play. Initial indication is going to be, you can bet this on the Bears for holding.
Yeah.
Holding on the Bears. Yep. Another 10-yarder. So wipe off that game, and we're killing ourselves with these stupid penalties. Another penalty for the losses of Andrew B. Morgan. I don't want to call Andrew B. Morgan's name all night long on the penalties. We appreciate you, Andrew, but
6.
if your life's run afoul, I'll go see the losses of Andrew B. Morgan for all your legal needs. He's there right there on Old Coy Crossing out there at that intersection on the right as you're going north.
And back-to-back 10-yard holding penalties, and that will kill you, like you said, Gary.
1st and 17, 18 to go for the Bears now. Oh, Bearden jumps off sides. There's a flag on Bearden. That's the 3rd time they've come off sides today, so give them a 5-yard penalty. We'll get 5 of that back. It's going to be still 1st and 12 or so to go. Move the ball up to down to the 41. It'll be 1st and 13.
Yeah, they've had a trio now.
Yeah,
5-yard mark-offs.
Yep. They cranked the clock at 5:48 with Bearden up 3-0 on a 29-yard field goal. There's the Twins right. Back goes McCleary, looking left, throwing left, complete, right through his hands. That was Marcus Gorey Jr. had it right in his hands. He would not have had a first down because he was going down as he caught that one. So it's going to be 2nd down and 13 to go. McCleary hit him a little bit low, but it was catchable. Bradley Signal in the play from the sidelines. And we understand that Rodney Williams is not dressed tonight, but he has a shoulder injury. Again, the Bears look to the sideline. OC Todd Burkhart. And I want to ask you something here in a minute, Earl, after this next play. 5:38 with the clock stopped. They're showing blitz. McCleary back, looking, has all kind of time. He's going to step, he's going to run it. He's going to be to the 40. He's down to the 35. He's on to the 33 or so when he's run out of bounds. It's going to be 3rd down. And still a pretty significant.
Pretty good run. Picked up 8 yards
to the 33, which is going to be 3rd down and about 5 to go. How about those Atlanta Braves?
You expected to have a real tight one with 3 games with the Phillies and to sweep.
Yep.
How glorious it is.
Yep.
They're playing great right now.
They really, really are, and I'm sure they're going to probably rest and relax for a day or two, but don't want to relax too much. They won't play till the playoffs won't start for them until next Saturday against Milwaukee. A snap, handoff to Jackson Wilson in the middle. He's going to be stopped. He will not get the first down, nowhere near. Boy, he has covered about 8 guys, and it's going to be 4th down for the Bears. I'm probably going to go
I would say, it's a long field goal, maybe out of the range.
Yep.
At the 32.
Yep. So it's going to be 4th and 4. They are keying on Wilson. As I said, they're not going to let him get any long runs. I'd use him as a decoy.
Yep. Going to have to open up the passing.
Let Jay Allen Terry on a jet sweep come around. So Jay Allen's out wide right with Dugan. In the slot there's Tyler Carter Howard. Might be going him. Now they're going to check off after they see what the defensive set is. Right now they've got 3 down linemen. McCleary back pass complete. To the big tight end, Carter Howard. I called that one for you there. I believe he's got it. He's got it. Down to the 26-yard line. So a pickup of 6. It'll be a 1st and 10 for the Bears in Cleveland Ford. I think we should utilize him more. He's a big old.
He's only caught a couple.
Yeah.
He was wide open that time, too.
Well, they've not seen him on film all year, so I guess you could expect him to have some open spots there. On 1st and 10 now, a tight formation this time to the left side. We got Dugan out here wide right near the sidelines. McCleary hands it off to Wilson. He's going to be getting outside 30, 25, down to the 15 as he tumbles head over heels and he'll pick up another 1st down, I believe, down to the right at the 15, shy of the 15. Jackson Wilson picks up another 1st down for the Bears in Cleveland Ford.
Yeah, they're going to mark him at the 16, so give him an 11-yard run. Tough one right there. That was good running by Jackson Wilson.
And again, great blocking by that big offensive line. 4 seniors and 1 junior. That we'll enumerate those guys for you here in a moment when you get a chance. Bear said, again, they're going to check off from the sidelines. I'm not sure what the signal is to check off. I'm sure there's something that they hear. The snap. Wilson takes the handoff into the middle. He's going to have 5. He's going to have 10. He's going to have close to the goal line, but down about the 3-yard line to the 4, let's call it. A gain of 12 from the 16 to the 4. That's a 12-yard pickup for the Bears. It'll be a 1st and go for the Bears in the Cleveland drive zone.
Well, that's some hard running again. Seems like every time he gets the ball, it's hard running. But that was especially good, tough running by Jackson Wilson.
Never seems to come down on first contact. 3:30 to go. Bears trying to take the lead. They're down 3-0 here to Bearden in the first quarter play. Jay Allen Terry, here goes Wilson. Just lowers his head and just pushes forward down to about the 2-yard line, inside the 2.
And he had 3 guys, maybe 4.
He is
pushing him back.
He is so strong. He says he'll pick up some muscle mass and put some weight on before next year. The 1st or 2nd and goal at the 2. Inside the 2, it looks like a little bit. Bears look to the sideline. See what kind of formation come out. They're going to have wide out to the left side and be Marcus Gorey. Nope, that's Taylor Dugan. And they'll come to the line of scrimmage now. Play clock's down to 8 for Bradley Concrete. The snap to McCleary. Hands it to Wilson. He lowers the head. He's driving, but he's not going to get there. It's going to be 3rd and goal. They are
and there again, 3 guys. 3 guys.
Yep.
Man. It's not one, it's not two. 3 and 4 guys are bringing him down.
3rd and goal. And actually backing up about a yard. Yeah, it's a 3 now.
Yep, sure are.
And this time lost a yard, so it'll bring up 3rd and goal from the
Looking to the sidelines again. Big drive here. The Bears really need to score a touchdown here. Wilson to the right side of McCleary. They've got twins to the left side, nobody out to the right. And they'll fake it, no handoff to Wilson. This time he was carried in, and he will have a touchdown by the Bears. 3-yard run for the sophomore Jackson Wilson. Gives the Bears a lead exactly 2 minutes ago in the first quarter play. And Tennessee Valley Urology touchdown. So the Bears off to the great setup of a big kickoff return.
61 yards. Goree set them up.
Yep.
Gave them great field position at the 38, and then some tough running by number 22, Jackson Wilson.
Rojas for the PAT. It is up. It is high. It is good. Timeout on the field at 2 minutes in the period. 7-3 Bears back in 1 minute with a kickoff here on the Buzz 101.3. Ace Hardware scoreboard shows the Bears up now 7-3 with exactly 2 minutes. The kickoff coming up by Grant Haney, a junior. Cleveland trailing 14-0 to Maryville in the first quarter play from Maryville. Here comes Haney's kick. A high kick, end over end, down to about the 13. Oh, he dropped and kicked it away. He's going to have to fall on it there at the 22.
No, somebody picked it up.
Somebody picked it up for them, but boy, that could have been a disaster there for Bearden. They'll take over first 10 for 20. I believe they're going to mark him at the 23. Let's see if they have the freshman come back in, or exactly who, that quarterback. They've used both of them already here in the first quarter. And this is going to be the senior, I believe, coming in right now. Yeah, that's the freshman, Drew Parrott, at quarterback, number 5. Out of the shotgun, he'll hand it off to the man in the middle. He's going to be hit and stop. He will lose yardage. He will lose back to the 22, a loss of 1. 2nd and 11. Blake Johnson, senior Blake Johnson for the Bears on the tackle. Mr. Schroyer, Glenn, come in if you got your ears on. He may be attending to some second down, 11 to go for the Bulldogs. Quarterback back looking, throwing. He's going to have to run out of there, and he's going to get out of there. He's going to have some yardage, not a whole lot. He's going to get up across 25 to 27, looks like 27, 28. Going to be 3rd down, and still a good almost 6 to go after about a 5-yard gain. It was 2nd 11, yep. Call it 3rd and 6 for the Bulldogs. Drew Parrott, quarterback right now. He'll go under center, yeah. He'll roll back to pass, looking to his right. Being chased, going to throw it down the flat. It's going to be overthrown, incomplete. It's going to be 4th down. Good coverage that time for the Bears by Marcus Goree Jr., who's done some remarkable things. Last year was a freshman, and this year as a sophomore. He's had 2 picks this year, 1 return for a touchdown. And here comes the punt team in for Brainerd, back deep, the Taylor Dugan for the Bears. Let's see if he can get a return in. The special teams, Earl, we've talked about this, not enough sometimes, but the special teams, that's a third of the game, basically.
It sure is.
Running or kicking off, or you're,
crucial.
It is big. And we've seen an example of that tonight on the kickoff return. Here comes a nice snap. This punt, boy, it's a low line drive. He should be able to return this, but he's going to fair catch it at the Bear 35. But they'll take over first down and 10. We'll be back in 30 seconds. 30 seconds here on the Buzz 101.3. James supplied you by Wholesale Supply Group in the Taziki's first quarter here. 39.1 to go. 7-3 Bears. Back in 30 seconds.
No return. Farmhouse of Etowah, first down for the Bears. At the 36.
First handoff on the drive will go to Jackson Wilson. He'll have 5-6 yards, and there's a flag at the point of the tackle. I don't think that will be holding this time, but we'll see. The gate up from the 36 to the 40. The flag, here comes the signal of the official. I believe this could be on Bearden. It is, personal foul. Face mask, 15 yards, so the Bears.
So give him 4 plus the 15 on the penalty.
Andrew B. Morgan losses. Glad to have him. It's a state over-penalizing you. Call the losses, Andrew B. Morgan, for all your needs there if you want to mess with a state. Don't mess with
Bearden's 4th mark-off.
They've shocked themselves, and we've done this. We've had one that killed one drive for sure. Bears looking to the sideline with 25 seconds to go. Play clock's at 16 for Bradley Concrete. They'll step up to the line of scrimmage. Play clock down to 10 now. Bradley in a bunch formation on the left side here. Single man out wide right. Play clock's at 4. Got to go, guys. Here comes a snap. McCleary back, looking, wanting to throw long, being chased out of the pocket. He's going to run. No, he's going to throw out in the flat. It's going to be complete. And he's going to have 5-6 yards, maybe close to 10 as the horn sounds into the period. A gain down to the 40.
It's close to a first.
And who caught that, Earl? Was that?
I think Terry
Wilson. Jackson Wilson. Jackson Wilson on the catch for a 9-yard gain as the second period will start with the Bears. Second down and 1 at the 36-yard line in Bearden territory. And we'll take a 1-minute break here on the bus. 101.3, back in 60. Chance to recap the Bradley scoring drive earlier, but tell us about that now.
The 38-yard drive, it took us 11 plays, but we finally cashed in on that one after the brilliant 61-yard kickoff return that put us in great field position by Marcus Goree. Jackson Wilson took it the final 3 yards, and boy, you're right, they're really keying on him. Jackson has had some outstanding runs, and yet he's had some real short runs, so it's going to average out close to his average. He's had a 13-yarder, an 8-yarder, an 11-yarder, a 12-yarder, but he's had some short ones too.
Wayne, what's it looking like from the sidelines down there?
Well, it seems like we've got to find a momentum or gain or stature and kind of run with it. Right now they're trying a little bit of pass. They're just seam pass.
And that's pass to Marcus Goree. That'll be the first down, 2nd and 1. He gains from the 36 down to the 25. That's an 11-yard pickup for the Bears. Another first down. I understand that Rodney Williams has a shoulder type injury, right?
Down there, he looks like he's adjusting real well. Probably just whatever doctor's orders. But yeah, we do have a few on, especially on defense.
And we don't know anything yet about Finn Mertens, who was injured down there. Looked like it was an upper body injury for him too, wasn't it? So we don't need any more injuries tonight. So it's 1st and 10 for the Bears, and Cleveland Ford right now at the Bearden 25. The Bears up 7-3, and didn't give the score, but 7-3 as we enter the second quarter play. We've had one play here. And here's a handoff to Wilson in the middle. Boys, get some blind. He's going to have 5. He's going to have 10. He's going to have 15. He's going to have 20. He's going to be in touchdown. Touchdown. 25 yards. He's relentless. He just kept breaking tackles and just...
You kept waiting for him to be tackled. He should have been tackled a couple of times inside the 10, but he refused. refused to go down, Gary.
I asked him this week, I said, how do you account that? He said, I keep my legs moving.
Yeah.
If I can keep my legs turning, I'm hard to bring down. So here comes another extra point attempt by Era Rojas. Bears now 13-3 with 11:46 in the first half of play on Ella's Ace Hardware scoreboard. The kick is up. Boy, he is dead on, solid, perfect. 14-3 the score after a Tennessee Valley Raji 25-yard scoring run by Jackson Wilson, his second touchdown of the night, and will return in 30 seconds with another Bear kickoff.
The Bears extend their lead. Who get on the hold? Marable 21-zip after one quarter over the Blue Raiders. So if you were here a couple of weeks ago, I thought it was a record when Jackson Wilson scored all 4 touchdowns. I'd like to challenge Gary Oldby to see what is the record for most.
We're back with another kickoff here for the Bears, who lead now 14-3 after another Jackson Wilson touchdown, his second of the night, a 3-yard run. Earl, that was a quick recap for us there.
Yeah, 64 yards in 4 plays. Wow. Oh, that was quick.
Wow. Some passing, a penalty thrown in there. Yep. A long run by Wilson again.
25-yard TD run by Wilson. And Marcus Goree chipped in another first down with an 11-yard reception. A penalty of 15 yards. Yep, they got it in hunks of yardage.
Here's Haney's kickoff of the Bears. Another high end over end. It's going to be taken about the 10. Oh, they've been in each other. 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45. And the special team, they got some speed. Nico Young on the return out to the 47-yard line. Looks like a 48-yard line in Bearden territory. It'll be a 1st and 10 with 11:37 to go in the half now. Bears at 14-3. Cleveland trailing 21-0 at the end of the first quarter in Maryville on our Ellis Ace Hardware scoreboard. Let's see who's in at quarterback. Once again, they're going to swap out. It's not going to be Parrott this time.
Hello, that's Harrison.
Going to be... No, that's Parrott number 5. I see him now. I was looking at the wrong player there. Parrott is at the quarterback. He's the freshman. Snap. He's back to pass. He's under pressure. He's going to run his sack. Big sack in the backfield. 11 by Blake Johnson.
Blake Johnson,
our senior. That's a huge loss back to the 36-yard line. A loss of what? 12 yards. Blake Johnson, a senior who transferred in from the Ooltewah program this year for the Bears. And I talked to Blake last week, and he said it's going to be fun going against Ooltewah, his old team. He said,
officially 11 yards. They're marking it at 37 there.
Blake said his best friend will be head-to-head on the line against him. And here, it's a busted play now. The pitch out to the running back. He's around some yards. 5, 10. He's gone. No, he's caught at the last second on a touchdown-saving tackle for the Bears by Marcus Goree. And he will have a first down or close to, he's got the first all the way down to the Bear 40. From the 37 to the 40, that's a 23-yard gainer.
Who is that?
Oh, it's coming back.
There's a flag there.
There's a flag, another devastating flag. That's going to be holding. Oh, it may be. Let's see what this call is. Oh, man.
10 yards. Back to the 32.
I didn't even see the signal. But nevertheless, it's a penalty for the
I think it was holding.
Second down now and 26 to go. Second and 26. Every time they get something good going, they seem to bite themselves in the foot. They're checking off from the sidelines. 14-3 Bears, 10:37 to go in the half. Back goes Parrott, looking under pressure. He's sacked again. One more time he sacked. Who was that last man? A huge loss again. Drew Parrott, the quarterback. Boy, Bradley's just killing with our defensive line.
I think that was Gage Anderson.
Sophomore. We have 3 senior starters that are pointed out, 3 linemen. We got a freshman, 2 or 3 sophomores, 3 or 4 juniors starting. On 3rd and forever, here's a handoff in the middle. He's going to be dragged down after a short gain from the 25 to the 29, maybe. And that's going to make it 4th down and about 29 to go. 4th and 29 to go. And there'll be a punt team coming out again for Bearden. I'm going to see who's punting for them.
It's the same kicker.
16.
Number 16, he does both.
Ethan Ford, 5'11", junior. Ethan back about his 15, gets a good snap. Bradley may have a return on here. Here's a high, booming kick. Nope, going to take a fair catch as he is surrounded. And he fumbled the ball. He lost it, and I believe Bearden has it.
I think they do.
No call. Yep, they've got it. Dugan falling to the ground. Should have got out of the way that time. The turnover would give the ball to Bearden at great territory at the Bear 34. Yep, Bear 34. So the punt went from the 30 to the 34. That's 36 yards again by Ethan Ford. It's bobbled by Taylor Dugan, who called fair catch. And he just wasn't in position to make the catch. He had to squat down, and when he did, it squirted away. Yep. So Bearden had 3 guys there just waiting. He had no choice but to try to make the fair catch. So here they go again with Drew Parrott at quarterback, Nicole Young at the running back position on 1st down and 10. The snap, hands off to Young. He'll go right. He's trying to get outside. He will get outside for some yards, maybe 5 yards or so, out down to the 30 and down to the 29. So a gain of 5, 2nd down to 5 coming up. Elder's Ace Hardware scoreboard has the Bears at 14-3 at 9:13 to go in the half. Cleveland's trailing 21-0 after 1 quarter play. 28-0 now, Cleveland trailing. Bears up 28-0 in the 2nd quarter. Wow. What a turnaround for the Raiders. A 38-0 shutout win last week. Handoff this time to Young. Trying to go left. He does. He'll have the 1st down across 35 to the 30 and to the 23. He looks like it'll be a 1st and 10 after a gain of 7. Maryville 28-0. Brian, Maryville 28-0. 8:45 to go in the period. Glenn, what's going on the sidelines down there with those guys?
Well, I'd rather not say. I heard a few things. So.
Oh. We won't ask you to repeat those. This is live. And here's the handoff. Back goes Parrott again. Nope, didn't hand off. Goes back to pass, throws it out in flat, short, incomplete, 2nd and 10. He has been under pressure constantly. Earl, I think, and Gwen, let me go back to you here too. One of the things that Brad has brought this year is pressure on the quarterback in every game we have seen.
Yep, that's a trademark now.
And with the senior line we've got and a solid linebacker with Knox Watson, those guys back there. And
Josh Helston's been able to get in there too.
Yes, Josh Helston. I mean, I tell you, it's just relentless.
And it's intense pressure.
Yes.
You feel it immediately.
And Walker Valley up 7-0 over Raycan in the 1st quarter on Elder's Ace Hardware scoreboard. We'll pass that score along to the folks here too. And off in the middle is Young. He's going to have 5. He's going to have 10. He is just driving now down inside the 15 to the 13.
Short at first, but close.
Right at. Depends on the spot. I think it's a little short. Right.
Up to 14.
2nd, 3rd and 1. It's going to be Young probably on the carry. Looking to the sideline, though, they're going to change the play up here on 3rd and 1. Young will move over to we'll move right to the tailback position. He's going to carry the ball here. They're going to hand it on to him, and there he goes. He's going to dive forward, and he's going to have the 1st down for the Bulldogs as he continues to fight and struggle down about the 10, maybe a shade inside the 10.
Young, yet again, takes it down to the 9-yard line where it'll be 1st and goal.
1st and goal at the Bear 9, looks like. Yep, they cannot get a 1st down. They can score, though. They're 1st and go at the 9. Bears at 14-3 with 7.5 to go. Clock running here in the 1st half of play. Bradley on the road to Ooltewah next week in a non-region game, as they're now 5A. Bears, of course, in the large class 6A. And with Young and Parrott in the backfield, they'll have twins left side, single man right. And it'll be a handoff to Young. He's going to go around the right side and be brought down after maybe a yard gain. That's Josh Hills, it looks like.
In this series of plays, he's dragged down from it.
Young is their version of Jackson Wilson, I guess we could say. Young is a senior, 180.
2nd down.
Right. Adam.
Still the 9.
Walker 7-0 over Ray. Here comes 2nd and 9. Long time to Snap it. Back goes Parrott. He's running for his life again. Throws it out in the flat incomplete. He's figured out, if I don't get rid of this ball, I'm going to get sacked.
Yep. He gets rid of it in a hurry, under pressure, and that was a poor pass. He threw it right in the ground.
Yeah, he's trying to get rid of that.
Yep.
Pressure. Wynn's good enough to be down on the sideline, isn't it?
It is. It's wonderful. Hey, the coaches are really cycling in that defensive line, putting fresh legs in there every play.
It is working. They are really pushing Parrott.
I think they hear what you're saying.
Well, maybe he's dropping on the broadcast here.
Gary's calling an excellent game.
And they're calling timeout, and we'll take one for Tzatziki's here with 6:33 to go in the first half. The Bears at 14-3, back in 1 minute on the buzz. 101.3 after a Tzatziki timeout.
Once again, we'd like to give a huge shout out to our premier sponsors for their support of our athletic programs. You can see them on the home sideline on the north end there, and they are McDonald's, Denzo, Coca-Cola, Bank of Cleveland, Center for Sports Medicine, and First Baptist Church of Cleveland. Thank you to our premier sponsors for their support of our athletic programs.
On 3rd down and 9, let's see what the Bulldogs have cooked up here after their timeout call. Young and Parrott in the backfield. And now they're going to swap out a Bear just the last second. Get him off the sidelines. Boy, they barely got him off of there. And Parrott back, he just throws one up for grabs just out of the end zone. They caught it, but he's out of the end zone, incomplete. And he was under tremendous pressure that time from Josh Helston, another Bear senior.
I know, honestly, Gary, the only pass they completed was that long bomb, the 54-yard, little swing pass, really, that they turned in to a 54-yard right. That's it.
That's it. You're right.
The rest of the time, they've been running for their life.
Another field goal try coming up for
Ethan Ford, 26-yard.
He made one from 29 earlier, and this is right hash mark, as far over right as you can get. The snap, the place down, the kick is up. It looks good. They jumped again. Another offsides on Bearden. Another one. The defensive end on this side.
Well, they want to get a head start, so several guys, no, it's not one or two or three, several guys have jumped, and they're trying to blitz and get a good start, and they're throwing the Bearden defense off on the snap count, delaying just a tad, and getting numerous, that's 6.
1st and 5. And Jackson Wilson on the right side, he'll have yardage out to the 37, 38. He is brought down by 3 different guys. It's going to be 2nd down and still a couple or maybe 3 to go. Give him 2 yards. He's still the 38-yard line. And it'll be 3rd and my 2nd and 3. That offensive line for the Bears, by the way, Gabe Campbell, a 6'3 senior, 235 pounds. Braden Owens, 5'10 senior. Alex Dayton is the center. Brody Morgan, he's the only junior on that line. And Luke Keith, I forgot about him. He's a sophomore. Here's a handoff to Wilson. He'll have the 1st down and more. He's going to have 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 yards just plowing through there. Across the 40 to the 45 to the 46. So it'll be a 1st and 10 for the Bears from Cleveland Ford. The game, the Bears 38 to the 46. That'll be about 8 yards, I believe, Earl.
8 tough yards.
Ball placed down right on that big white B, that Bear logo in the center. The claw logo, we call that. The Bear claw logo. On a beautiful night for football on a gorgeous field here at Bradley Central. Clock's at 3:40. The Bears like to get another score in here. They lead at 14-3. Single man either side. McCleary hands off to Wilson. No, and I believe they lost it.
They've got it.
Bearden's got it as McCleary lost the handle on it, and Bearden again will take over after another Bear turnover at the 42-yard line in Bear territory.
There was some kind of foul up there. I think he was trying to hand off to Jackson Wilson, and Jackson had already come around.
Yep.
There was nobody there.
Gwen, did you get a good look at that? See what's going on?
That was just missed timing on the handoff. You're exactly right, the missed pitch. Probably about 2-3 seconds off.
Yep. Yep, it was ugly. First and 10 for the Bulldogs at the Bear 42, 3:27 to go in the half. 14-3 Bears. Cleveland's trailing 28-0 early in the second quarter at Maryville on our Elvis Ace hardware scoreboard, and Walker Valley's beating Ray 7-0 in their game at Walker Valley. Man in motion, right to left. Parrott throws out to a swing pass. That's a backward pass lateral. He's going to have it complete and then brought down immediately for the Bears. And that will be a tackle by Mason Gorey, the brother of...
That was Griffin Orris.
Orris on the catch. A gain of 6, second down and 4 at the Bear 37. Clock running as we roll into 3 minutes now. Drew Parrott, he's pretty much gone all the way at quarterback. He's just a freshman. He's back to pass, looking, throwing a lob pass down the field, way long and out of bounds. Incomplete. Going to be 3rd and 4. Covered that time by Marcus Gorey, Jr. So the clock is stopped at 2:47 to go in the third quarter of play, or first half of play. Don't get too far ahead here. Now they're going to have trips right side. Young in the backfield at tailback position behind the quarterback. Parrott will return, fake to him. Now he's going to keep it. He's going to be thrown down. Wow. Just slung down by Don Jones for the Bears. Number 10, Don Jones, a junior. And a loss on the play back to the 40-yard line. So that's a loss of 3. 3rd and 7. Here comes the punt team in again for Bearden. They're not taking a chance. The ball's at the Bear 40. 4th and 7. They probably would have gone for it had been for the loss. Don't know, but Ethan Ford back to punt once again. Brad has no one back deep to return it. They're thinking they're going to fake it or something here. I'm not sure. That wouldn't be a bad place to fake it. But they're going to let the ball roll dead somewhere. Here's a snap. He will punt it away. A little sideline rugby type kick. He's going to hit and bounce and roll and into the end zone for a touchback. So it is a touchback, barely. Had a man there, but it's going to be a touchback for the Bears to take over first 10th to 20 with exactly a minute 57 to go in the half. And we're going to keep it here this time more when we get ready to go to halftime for our Southland Finance halftime show. Don't forget, coming up at halftime, we'll have Earl Stats, our scoreboard for Elvis Ace Hardware, and our trivia question for Pizza Hut. Someone's going to win a large pizza tonight, so stand by for that. Pretty easy question, I think, tonight, but you're going to have to think about it. You're going to have to know your Bradley Central football.
Gary, let me give a shout out real quick before they get out there.
Okay.
Brett Whitehead.
Yeah.
I have missed my buddy for about 3.5 weeks, maybe 4. I'm looking forward to him coming back after break. He's heading to Florida. I hope he has a good time. Brett, we miss you, man.
He's probably he really do. On his phone. Yeah, school's not the same without Brett around. We'll snap to McCleary. Passing out of the flat's going to be complete to the 20, 25, and out of bounds. That's to Terry. That's Jayon Terry to the 26 or so. It looks like second down coming up. Clock stop at the out of bounds play. Second down and 4 after the gain of 6. Jayon Terry, the freshman, on the pass from McCleary. And also like to give a shout out to Annette Whitlock, our fan of the week. Annette Whitlock, we appreciate you and love you. We lost her dear husband Corky a few months ago, and boy, you miss people like Corky.
Yep, miss Corky and miss Annette.
Yeah, I'll tell you what.
She really kept the school running.
She ran to school. Yeah, thank
for a long, long time. She ran to school.
McCleary back, looking really hard, throwing out in the flat end. It's going to be complete on a great diving catch. A great catch. Carter Howard. First and 10 for the Bears out to the 34. And Gwen, we need to use Carter more, I think.
I think so too.
He has caught 3 passes, and all 3 of them gave us first downs. All 3 of them. First down 10. Yeah, that's right. McCleary back again. Pass the flat's going to be complete to Taylor Dugan this time. He'll have a short gain to the 39. 5-yard gain to Taylor Dugan on the pass. Second down 5 coming up. Bradley quickly back to the line. Clock running at 1:15. We have all 3 timeouts left. The Bears at 14-3, by the way. 14-3 Bears as we're near halftime. McCleary again back. They've gone to the air lock now. He's going to roll left. He's going to be chased, and he's going to throw it out in the flat. Good call that time, I think, just to get rid of the ball and not take a chance. 3rd and 4 coming up for the Bears. Or 3rd and 6.
Well, I'm standing here with a bunch of fans pointing at Dugan. He's down around the 30-yard line, about 10 yards away from any defender.
Yeah, I was over here on the wrong side of the field, though, for him, probably. Dugan is lined up wide right here. McGorry on the far left. 3rd and 6. Let's see if they go back to Carter Howard. Or they go to one of the wide receivers. Carter Howard lined up at one of those positions. McCleary back under the blitz. So the pass in the middle is going to be complete to 40, 45, to the 50, to the 45 is J. Allen Terry. Down across midfield to the 45 and brought down finally to the 44-yard line of Bearden with 48 seconds to go in the half. Terry from the Bear 38 to the Bearden 46. That's a 12, 18-yard pickup. And quickly the Bears hustle up to the line of scrimmage. Clock is cranked again. Bears with 3 timeouts. I'm sure they're going to use one here in a moment. Back goes McCleary looking. Going across the middle, pass complete to Carter Howard for another first down for the Bears. And now they're going to call timeout, I believe. Going to stop the clock and move the sticks, and now they'll call time. Bears will call timeout here with 32.1 to go. And a 1st and 10 for the Bears, and Cleveland Ford. Ball will be placed down at the 33. Yep, right at the 33. We'll take a quick 30-second timeout on behalf of Tzatziki's here on the Buzz 101.3.
Premier sponsors for this one of our athletic programs.
For a long time, and locally in our area, over 30 years. It's a very stable company to work for. Well, I didn't know what Denzo was. Since I've been working here, knowing how much Denzo sort of has its footprint all over the world, it's actually a global company that a lot of people in America haven't heard of, but it interacts with everything you do. If you drive a car, you probably have a Denzo party.
Here at Bradley Central, where we just got an update on our Ellis Ace Hard Rock scoreboard. 35-0, Merrill with the Silas second quarter over Cleveland.
Honestly, Gary, I didn't see this margin coming. Cleveland is coming off some great games here lately, the last 2 weeks, and I didn't think they were going up there and win. Let me make that clear. But I didn't see a 35-0 game going midway the second quarter.
And there's a ball's whistle dead. I think we had time call. Yeah, time's called by Bearden this time. They saw the Bear line up at 31.1. They snapped the ball, but the time had been stopped. Clock did not start. So let's take that 1 minute break now. A 1 minute timeout for Tzatziki's here on the Buzz 101.3. Back in 60.
Down to the 14-yard line, a 19-yard pass play.
Just had a pass completion to Marcus Gorey from the 33 down to the 14, a 19-yard gain for another Bear, 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. Clock's at 26.8, and that was out of bounds play. Bradley working the sidelines there. They're leading at 14-3, trying to push it in for one more score before the half. Jackson Wilson has it's gone to a complete passing attack right here. And now the Hunter Wilson, who hit the left side, cutting through there. He cuts back to the 10, down to the 5, and just pushes down to inside the 5 to about right at timeout.
We need a timeout.
There's a time by the Bears with 17 seconds to go. They will call a timeout for Tzatziki's. The Bears at 14-3. Update, Walker Valley was up 7-0. It is McMinn Central beating Kingston 14-7 score there. McCall Edward Bailey Baylor 7-0 in the first half of play. It's being 7-6 over Kingston first quarter. Cleveland's just sent down 35-0, walking down now 7-7 with Ray County on our Ellis Ace Hardware scoreboard. I'd like to remind you about the Village Volkswagen, locally owned, a good sponsor, proud sponsor of local sports. Take a test drive of the award-winning, locally made VW Atlas, and they're adding more and more production down there. A new electric car, I believe. VillageVW.com. And the Voitech Center for Orthopedic Care. No matter if it's a sports injury, work injury, or just an accident at home, you're klutzy and clumsy like me, and you get hurt, Voitech Center has you on their website at Voitech.com, and the new office is out on Georgetown Road.
Now, Gary, this may be big, but the scoreboard has us with 2 timeouts, so we could utilize.
We just have one. We've used 2. We'd call 2 on this drive.
Okay, so they're 1 behind, but that's going to be big. 17 seconds to go at the 5-yard line.
2nd and 1.
So here we go. This will be man in motion, empty backfield. McCleary back looking pass out in the pass. Touchdown to the Bears.
Yes.
And who has that one?
Yeah, I think it's Terry, is that Goree?
That's Goree, number 8, Goree, number 8.
You're right. Yep.
So at 12 seconds to go, the Bears take advantage of it with a good, sharp, crisp drive down the field and take a 20-3 lead with the PAT pending here in the first half of play. Era Rojas. Talked to Era this week, too. He's a quiet guy. He just does his job, and there's another high kick right through the uprights to make it 21-3 after a Tennessee Valley Roger touchdown for the Bears. And with 12 seconds exactly, we're back in 30 seconds with the Bear kickoff.
12 ticks left on the clock here. Now saying you are not the only one that can score a touchdown. He was all by himself on that play.
Roy, you were closer to that than we. That play looked like a perfect call.
Yeah, I mean, how do you set that up just like that? They knew exactly what they needed to do.
Yep. Had an empty backfield, good protection for McCleary's been protected well all night long. And the Bears lead 21-3 with, again, Grant Haney, the young junior, going to kick off. Here's his approach to the ball. Here is his kick. It is a low end over end going to the sideline down to the 17, picked up there to the 20, tiptoeing through the 25, trying to go wide right. He's going to be trapped and brought down to 31 or 2 with only 2 seconds, 2.4 to go here in the half. They'll have time to run one play, barring a penalty, and return to the 32. That was Dayton on the tackle for the Bears. So they're looking now 21-3. That last drive was about 80 yards. Perfect as you can get.
After the field goal.
How many plays?
12 plays. We really,
mostly all passes.
Yeah, mostly passes. In fact, he ran off a string of 6 straight. 6 for 6 there.
Hand off to Young in the middle. He'll hit the hole. Now 5 yards, about 5 or 6 out to the 38. It'll be a 6-yard pickup for Young, but the horn sounds into the half, and the Bears lead at 21-3. 21-3, the Bears up. We'll take a break now. A 2-minute timeout here as we get ready for the Southland Finance halftime show. As we end the second quarter, the Bears on top 21-3, and we'll return with a look at Earl's stats. We'll check our scoreboard again and talk about anything else that it would be conducive to talk about, we can say. The band is out on the field getting ready to set all their instruments up and have a performance at halftime here. I think they're combining tonight with the Lake Forest band. They were there for the anthem, I know, earlier. We'll take a time out here. 2-minute break here on the Buzz 101.3 where the score is 21-3. The Bears on top of the Bearden Bulldogs on the Buzz where games are supplied to you by Wholesale Supply Group. Back in 2 minutes.
just noticed a house key up here from 2 weeks ago. If you happen to be here tonight and you lost your house key, along with a ring. House key and a ring on the same chain. We got it right here in the press box.
Back here at halftime where the Bears lead 21-3 on the Buzz 101.3. The Bradley Band is assembling down below for their halftime performance here on our Southline Finance halftime show. Bears at 21-3. Cleveland trailing 35-7 at Maryville. Walker Valley's trailing 13-7 at Ray County. And here we get, as I said, the Bears up 21-3. Earl's busy working on his stats. We'll have a look at our Elvis Ace Hardware scoreboard here in a few minutes. I'd like to remind you about Chick-fil-A. Pick up your tailgating food at Chick-fil-A. Order your trays today for the big game. There's another big weekend. We've got Georgia and Arkansas playing and Mississippi and Alabama playing. So those are two games to keep an eye on the SEC. Alabama, they've not been picture perfect this year, but they're a pretty dang good team. And it'll be interesting to see what Lane Kiffin, who was an assistant there under Saban, will do as his Rebels play the Tide tomorrow. And Georgia at Arkansas. Arkansas, Coach Harsin, I believe his name, has got them playing pretty good ball. They're unbeaten. Georgia, of course, unbeaten. And Clemson, boy, they sort of fell off the table. They're down to ranked 25th, I think, this week. They're 0-2. Or not 0-2. They've lost 2 games. They're out of the national picture. There's no way they're going to be in that. And you could get by maybe 2 losses. You played in a strong league like the SEC. That lousy ACC they're in is just not worthy of a team with 2 losses being selected for the national championship game. Here is 21-3. Our score at the halftime break is and we'll have the ball coming out too, which is another big thing. I'd like to remind you about Dale's Heating and Air. For all your heating and air needs, just call Dale's, and that is the website, justcalldebs.com. for your heating and air needs here as we begin to get into a little bit cooler weather. It's pretty warm today, but this may be what you call Indian summer. I guess we're allowed to say that. Maybe Native American summer would be the best thing to say. And Fitness Center, Health and Fitness Center down at the Village Green. Check them out down there. They're the home of the no-contract membership. Download a free 5-day pass at ohyeahlife.com. Go to ohyeahlife.com. Here's our trivia question. I know you guys are waiting on this, so I'll shut up and talk about trivia here. Trivia question this week: if you want to win a large pizza from the Pizza Hut, I guess that's a pizza of your choice. I'm going to give you the phone number here in a second. I know you guys have it on speed dial. You just wait for the question to be asked with bated breath, I'm sure. But call 476-0076, 476-0076. Be the first call through to Morgan. If you can tell me what year Damon Floyd graduated, and he played against this Bearden team. This is what brought it up today. I was thinking about this. He played against this Bearden team, and he had his season ended.
Last year he played football.
Yeah, last year he played football. Well, he wrestled that year too, but it was in that same school year. So if you know the answer to that, call 476-0076, and you'll win a Pizza Hut large pizza. And Morgan will take the calls, and he'll let me know who the winner is. Back in 2 minutes with more live coverage. Clear.
The reason I mentioned that, I heard you a couple of times say that the answer to, what's his name?
Yeah, Morgan.
Was 1995.
Yeah.
See, 95
What?
he played football, but he was a 96 graduate.
Yeah, but last season. I should say what season he played. Last played. 1995 is an answer.
Last year that
He played football.
Yeah, that's what you should ask.
Yeah. What was his last season play football?
What was the year he graduated? I think just now.
Oh, didn't it? Well, that'd been the spring of 96.
Yeah.
You probably called his name off.
Yeah, I did.
When the game's over tonight, I'm getting out here quick. I got to get 5 o'clock in the morning head to Maine. So you may have to walk to your car. That's why I said that. Because I heard Andy say he wanted to talk to you. So if y'all talk long, I'm going to be gone. I got to take the equipment back too. guess. Haven't had any lately. Morgan, you there? I bet you're answering the phone.
I'm back. I apologize. You have about 30 seconds. We have a winner in Rachel Brewer.
Okay, Rachel Brewer, great. She knew the answer was 95, huh? Hey, Patrick, how you doing, bud? Brian, you come back and raise up 20-7 over Walker now. 20-7, second quarter. Back at Bradley Central here on the Buzz 101.3 game supplied to you by Wholesale Supply Group. We're in the Southland Finance halftime portion of our show here. I meant to tell you, correct myself here, the Bradley Band is doing their own theme tonight, their own marching. They've been practicing on this since the summer began. And the Lake Forest Band is here, did play with them earlier on tonight, pregame, and they are down on the sideline watching from the sideline there. Coach Andrew Coggins, I call him Coach. I guess the band director can be called a coach. His dad, Danny, longtime band director here, and also Principal at Walker Valley is over here near us. Some updates on the scoreboard brought to you by Elvis Ace Hardware. Ray County now over Walker Valley 20-7 their game. Cleveland has just gone halftime. I thought it was the third quarter, but they're down 35-7 at the halftime break. Men's Central, they trail Kingston 13-7. That's in the second quarter play. Ooltewah over Howard 7-0 in the first quarter. Two winless teams trying to get a win tonight, and Ooltewah will be the Bear opponent next week. They'll host the Bears down at the Owls Nest, they call it, 7-0. So there's the scores of local interest. Copper Basin also winning tonight over Lookout Valley 16-0 in that game there. And the Bears here up 21-3. Winner tonight for the Pizza Hut large pizza of your choice is a big Bear fan, Miss Rachel Brewer. Congratulations, Rachel, on knowing the answer to what was Raymond Floyd's last season to play football here at Bradley Central. It was 1995. He played against this Bearden team under Coach Marty Weil. That was a season in 1995. They had the 7 overtime game at Farragut. It was not against Bearden, but it was at Farragut, the 7 overtime game, which was a state record at the time. It still is a state record. I believe it's tied with one other team somewhere for the most overtimes in a high school football game. 7 overtime. The Bears brought that 65-64. That was a playoff game there up at Farragut. Nobody will ever get that game there. But Rachel Brewer, congratulations. You knew the answer. You can go by the studio there on Mouse Creek Road anytime during normal business hours, and they'll give you a certificate presented at the Pizza Hut. So enjoy that. By knowing the answer was 1995 season. Also the year he won a state rushing title, Damon Floyd, a record-setting running back at the time when he graduated from Bradley Central. And he's obviously done quite well as the head coach for the Bears. He's won his 100th game last week, trying to get number 101 tonight. He's leading at 21-3 at the halftime break, and he'll be the first to that he didn't win a single game. It was his players and his coach that helped him win those. 21-3, the Bears lead here at halftime, and he's got 100 wins under his belt as the head coach. He was here for an assistant for 3 years prior to that. Earl's getting ready with the stats. Earl, you ready to go do a little talking here? Earl is ready to go here, so he's going to
just turn the volume up there, and I'm ready to go, Gary.
You go.
And the stats that look like this. Bradley, the Bears offensively move the football pretty well. They have 13 first downs to go with that 21-3 score on the scoreboard. 14 first downs. Bearden has only 3 first downs, and most of their offense came on that one little quick flare pass that gained 54 yards out to Nico Young that set up their field goal, but they have not yet crossed the goal line. So 14-3 in first downs. In the rushing department, the Bears 17 carries for 112 yards, and 16 of those 17 rush attempts have been by number 22, Jackson Wilson, as you could probably guess. Jackson individually has 16 carries for 104 yards, so Gary Jackson is right on par for another 200-yard rushing. I mean, it's just hot.
He's well over 1,000 yards now, too.
Yeah, well over 1,000 yards. Came in, I think, with 964.
Yep.
And has 104 right now, according to my stats. And the other carry was Aiden McClary, 1 carry for 8 yards. So 112 yards on the ground for the Bears. Bearden has been held to 27 yards rushing. They've had more gains, but they've also had some sacks in there, as you've heard Gary say, that have negated some of that. So they end up with 27 net yards on 16 carries. We've had 2 fumbles by the Bears tonight, and they've lost both of them. And 1 fumble by Bearden, and no fumbles lost there. 1 punt by Jackson Wilson for the Bears, 37 yards. 3 punts by yards on their kicking game. Ethan Ford's a good kicker. 2 penalties, and they were both holding penalties very early on in the first 6 minutes of the ball game, and the Bears have cleaned it up. No penalties since then, so 2 penalties for a total of 20 yards against the Bears. 8 penalties, and boy, they have had at least half of those that have really hurt. They've stopped drives against the Bearden Bulldogs for a total of 55 yards, and let's see, 1, 2, 3, 6 of those 8 penalties, Gary, have been the offsides nature. They've been jumping, trying to anticipate the snap count, and they've been caught. 8 times they've had mark-offs. The other 2 were major penalties for 55 yards marked off against the Bulldogs. That has hurt them. Just when they get something really going offensively, they're clicking, and then here comes the yellow flag. Recapping the scoring drives, the Bulldogs got on the scoreboard first midway the first quarter as Ethan Ford nailed a 29-yard field goal at the 6:12 mark of the first period, and the Bearden Bulldogs led the Bears 3-0. Later in that first quarter, Jackson Wilson would cross the goal line 3 yards away, and Era Rojas would kick the extra point. That would cap a 38-yard short drive, but in 11 plays, and that drive for the first touchdown was set up on a nice 61-yard run, a kickoff return by Marcus Goree. He had a chance to take it all the way to the goal line, but he was finally caught. But great field position for the Bears, and they carried it on down for the touchdown. In the second quarter, opening play of the second quarter, Jackson Wilson again from 25 yards out would score his second TD, capping a 64-yard drive in 4 plays. The kick again was added by Era Rojas. And Gary, we're going to have to check. It's been a while since Era Rojas has missed a PAT.
He had 1 block a couple of games ago, though.
Okay. I guess I quickly dismissed that from my mind.
And it's like we say, though, it takes 3 people.
Yep.
The snap's got to be good, the hole's got to be good, and it was. I think the snap was the problem there.
Yep.
He missed that one.
And let's see, that was the Bears' second touchdown early in the second quarter. And then late in that quarter, after the missed field goal, they actually had the field goal made from 26 yards, and then a flag came out. A flag came during the play that we saw later, and it moved them back 5 yards, and that 5 yards made the difference. As he missed it, he pulled it left from 31 yards, and that took those points off the board and left the Bulldogs trailing. And then they took the ball, the Bears took the ball from that point, from the 20, and moved 80 yards downfield, 12 plays, with the final play coming, Aiden McClary to Marcus Goree Jr. 12 seconds to go in the half on a 5-yard pass play. He was wide open. Era Rojas came in to kick the extra point. That's where we stand right now at halftime, with the Bears leading the Bearden Bulldogs 21-3 here at Bear Stadium.
And that touchdown to Goree was the first one that somebody besides Jackson Wilson scored. He scored all 4 last week, the first 2 tonight, so it had to have been at 6 in a row at least for him there.
Yep, you're right.
He scored, though, so he's off to his normal thing there and doing it. Just look at our Ellis Ace Hardware score with some other scores of interest around. Some of our older foes we've played, Dobbins Bennett in the past, they're losing at halftime, 28-14. They're at home. They're losing Jefferson County 28-14. It is Science Hill leading Morristown East 14-0. That's a halftime game there. Lisbeth 35-0 over Sullivan East, with a lot of time to go in the second quarter play. Westridge, the new high school up in the Tri-City area, leading William Blunt 14-7. Bears here, of course, up 21-3. Farragut Here's another reaching game for us. Farragut leading Hardin Valley 28-3. That's in the second quarter play. Farragut trying to win their third game of the year. Hardin Valley still winning us at 0-5 going into the night. Knox West, number 1 team in 5A, leading Heritage, another 0-4, 49-0 at half there at Heritage in that game. Maryville, as I said, over Cleveland 35-7. That's at the halftime. So Cleveland did get that score with 12. Once again, I'd like to congratulate Rachel Brew, who knew the answer to tonight's trivia question, which was when was the last season of football played by Bradley Central head coach Damon Floyd. That was 1995. That was under Marty Weil, and that was the year we talked earlier about the 7 overtime playoff loss to Farragut. But he played against this Bearden team in 1995. Had a remarkable career. He was a record-setting running back. Played in the defensive backfield at UTC, where he played 4 years of college ball there for the Mocs. And Bradley has several Mocs down there now. Cole Copeland starting at quarterback now, and they're on the road. No, they're home. They're coming to a whiteout this week. The Mocs are home. They're having a whiteout. I forget who they're playing. But Jay Person having a really, really good season down there for the Mocs, Coach Rusty Wright. They've just put some time back on the scoreboard to give the teams a few additional minutes here to warm up, so we're going to take another break here as they put about 3 minutes or so back on. Let's take a 2-minute timeout here. We'll be back with that third quarter kickoff, we promise you, and we will have it when we come back this time here on the Buzz 101.3, where all your games supplied to you by Wholesale Supply Group. Back in 2 minutes.
Businesses that we're able to provide our student athletes with all of the equipment, the facilities.
Clear. 2 minutes.
Yeah, 2.
Huh?
Didn't have it last time.
We'd like to say thank you to each and every one of our sponsors.
Brian, you need some scores?
Yes,
Ray 27-7 over Walker Valley, second quarter. 27-7. Cleveland 35-7 at the half. They're down to Maryville, of course. You knew that one. Ray's up 27-7.
Walker Valley, Rig County. It's Rig County 27, Walker Valley 7. And then that Maryville game, Cleveland has finally scored. It's halftime there as well. Maryville 35, Cleveland 7. Let's throw in a Braves update. How about the Braves? I want to say that's number 4 in a row for them on the National League East Division title. Locking it down last night.
Yeah.
Dang it, quick count.
I was able to be at all 3 games this week, which was nice. To be out of town on business and be in Atlanta.
Braves trail 2-0 tonight to the Mets.
1 minute.
Top of the fourth. Okay, I got you in a minute. My phone's about to die. Didn't bring my charger tonight. Back here at Bradley Center, getting ready for the kickoff. The Bears will receive. And if you're having trouble with your plumbing system or services, see Rick's Plumbing Service. Call him. Family owned in Cleveland for over 35 years. Call Jason or Josh at Rick's Plumbing at 423-595-6143. 595-6143. Again, just a reminder, you our game being streamed on the Bear Network, BCHS Bear Network, on Facebook and YouTube. Just simply search for BCHS Bear Network. Mr. Gwen Troy and his students do a fantastic job as we're watching the Jumbotron here tonight. And you'll hear our audio and see their video. They got 5 cameras in order tonight for the game. As the Bear. Oh, I'm sorry. I told you Bradley would be receiving, but we deferred. Bearden deferred first half. I'm sorry. Yeah. So Bradley's kicking off. Here's Grant Haney with his kickoff, and his kick is high, nice, tight end over end, all the way back to the 10-yard line, to the 11, to the 15, to the 20. And he's got in the gap, 25, 30, 35, and out of bounds. There's a flag back at the 20. probably a block in the back, I'm guessing, on that play. Boy, that'd be another killer. You got a good return to the 37.
Yeah, they had 8.
Let's don't anticipate. We think it's on Bearden.
In the first half.
There it is, holding on Bearden, so they're going to mark this off from the 24 back to the 14. So once again, 8 penalties first half.
8 in the first.
Now for the game, a 10-yarder back from the 24 to the 14, and boy, you just keep shooting yourselves in the foot. And down 21-3. 11:51 to go here in the third, just underway. Bears right now the only team winning. Cleveland is winning or losing 35-7 at the half. Walker Valley losing 27-7 to Ray County, and that's a home game for Walker. And in the backfield, let's see if we got the same quarterback there. Yep, Drew Parrott, Nick Young, handoff. Boy, he has hit, and he is going to spin and finally get a yard or so up to the 15. Gage Anderson, and Tito Williams on the tackle. Gain of 1, second down and 9 after the Young carry. Second down and 9 for the Bulldogs.
You know, Harrison, Gary, has not been back. He's not injured, is he?
I don't know. He was starting, but
yeah, and I didn't think he was playing that poorly.
Well, Damon said they like this freshman quarterback, so apparently they're grooming him. Yeah. And here's a little pass out in the middle. It's going to be complete to the 20, to the 25. They'll have a first down because he's past the 25, right at the 25, I guess. It's going to be a gain of 9 yards, so it'll be a 1st and 10 for the Raiders.
How you like those sound effects?
Tim Yates spikes.
What's that, Gwen?
How you like those sound effects?
What was that? I didn't hear them, I guess. Oh, the pads hitting?
Oh, man.
Yeah. On 25 now, the Bulldogs had 1 snap under center line. Here's the fake to Young. Pass across the middle, going to be overthrown and incomplete. Intended for Thomas, but out of his hands. Mason Gorey on the cover that time for the Bears. Number 5, his brother number 8. Mason's a freshman, Marcus a sophomore. And boy, what an addition they've been to the defensive backfield. They both had interceptions. Marcus had 2 this year. So on second down and 10, they'll line up again out of the shotgun. Single man out wide either side. Fakes to Young. Hands off to Young. He's going to be hit, and he will barely make the line of scrimmage. He's going to be hit on something when we're off the.
Yeah.
Give our defense some credit, though. But the ball.
Yeah. Against the. They've had everything else. It's been slow go.
Well, Damon so on 3rd and 10 situation, it seemed to be anyway. The snap to Parrott, he will fake. Pass out in the flat, going to be complete. He'll have the first down at 35, 40, 45, and dragged down from behind at about the 48-yard line. Tackle that time by the Bears, Wayne Dayton, who had a pick last week.
Sam Tummings hauled that one in.
Tummings on the reception, Dayton on the tackle for the Bears at the Bear 48, where it's a 1st and 10 for Bearden at 10:07 to go. He was pushed out of bounds. Checking in for the Bears, Landon Price, who also had a return for a pick 6 earlier this year. The Bears have 8 picks this year in the first 5 games, 2 of those for touchdowns. Hand off to Young, and boy, he's hit and dragged down immediately. Boy, snaking through there and nailing him was Helston. Looks like Josh Helston. No, 30. J.D. Kirkpatrick, defensive end.
J.D. Kirkpatrick.
Untouched come through. A loss of, 3 back to the Bearden 48. Loss of about 4, actually. Let's call it 3. I guess that's 3. Second down and 13 coming up at the Bearden 48-yard line. Bears defense has been super solid all year long. Just a few broken plays here and there. Pass going to roll out to his right, and he's going to be chased and run for his life, and just hurls one off balance. Pass going to be incomplete. A nice diving attempt down there near the Bear 30-yard line, but it'll be 3rd down and 10. It's hard to get set when you're running for your life, and he's running.
It is.
Running, going to have to throw back across his body, too, and that's just. And he's afraid. He was in the 8th grade last year. Put it that way. 8th grader.
I can see why he has a lot of potential. I'm impressed.
Good arm.
With the fact that he's just a freshman.
Yeah, and you're right. I don't know if Harrison got hurt or what early on the field goal drive. Parrott back again looking. Has time across the middle. It's going to be incomplete. Good coverage, 4th down. Nice coverage that time And that in the backfield is going to be A.J. Williams, I believe. 20. It's going to be Wayne Dayton again on the coverage. And they had him covered. Back to punt, it's going to be Ethan Ford again. Let's see, the Bears will have Taylor Dugan back there. I bet you they're going to tell him, get out of the way if you can't make a clean catch and not have to run up to try to catch it. He fumbled his last punt return. And they had, what, 3 punts the first half?
They had 3 punts.
3. Bears had 1. High snap. Boy, a bad kick. Oh, it's off the side of his foot. It's going to go right and get out of the way. It's going to kick out of bounds. Oh, a short punt from the 48.
About the 35. 34 they're going to mark it.
Punted from the 49. That's what?
They're 49, so 34, 17 yards.
Wow. So the Bears will have good field position here at the Bearden.
That went off the right side of his foot, his kicking foot.
He acts like he's delaying to kick that, like he maybe was thinking about a fake. I don't know. But it's a 34-yard line Bear territory. They'll take over leading at 21-3 with 9:02 to go here in the third quarter play. Bears will be on the road again next week. Seems like we've lived on the road. They'll be at Ooltewah, just down the road. That's not really a long road game. In our back door there at the Owl's Nest, they call it. 7:30 kickoff, I think, down there. Earl, we'll have to check and see. I'm not sure. All Bradley kickoffs are 7 o'clock this year.
I would guess you're right.
McCleary, little pitch to Wilson. He's going to be hit, and he'll go down. He'll lose. Nobody blocking that time.
That tackle was made by Seth Arana. He's one of the team captains for Bearden.
2nd down, 11 to go. As he had no blocking. It was sort of delayed pitch there. I don't know what the is a funky looking play. Is a lateral, sort of a forward lateral type pitch, or almost a shovel pass, a Utah shovel pass they call it. 2nd down, 11 to go after a 1-yard loss with Jackson Wilson. Very few times that you would throw him for a loss, but he had no blocking at all that time. 2nd, 11 to go. Carter Howard, who's been a big plus tonight for the Bears. They'll hand off to Wilson to the left side. He likes that left side. He will go ahead from the 33 to the 37 or 8. Going to be 3rd down and still quite long to go. They'll place it down to 38, so gain of 5. 2nd down, or 3rd down is 7 to go. The Bears at their 38, leading at 21-3 with 8 minutes to go now in the third quarter play. Cleveland down big at Maryville. It's half 35-7. Walker Valley down big 27-7 at home in the second quarter against Ray County. Last week Cleveland had a huge 38-0 win over Walker, and a surprising score. They're getting beat that bad by Maryville now. Well, not real surprising. It's Maryville. And here's going to be a procedure call on the Bears. It's going to be a 5-yard mark-off. Meigs all over Postgame now, 34-3 on Elders Ace Hardware scoreboard in the second quarter. McCauley over Baylor, 13-0 in the second quarter. They'll back the Bears up to the 33-yard line. It'll be 3rd down, 11 to go. And they'll reset and run a different play here, possibly. Twins either side now for the Bears. McCleary puts the man in motion. That's going to be Goree coming across here, I look like. McCleary back on a roll to his right, looking, throwing out in the flat. Oh, he's wide open here, Goree, but it's out of bounds. He didn't catch it anyway, but it's incomplete, 4th down. Bears will send the punting team for Cleveland Utilities punt here. Second punt of the night coming up for Jackson Wilson. So Bearden's defense holds the Bears this time. The penalty didn't help. And with 7:22 to go in the third quarter play, when a 21-3 lead, the Bears will be punting one more time. And back there to receive is going to be number, can't see his number, number 9, I believe they say. And here's the nice snap. Jackson, a high booming punt. It's going to hit and bounce straight up and then back down and get a Bradley short roll down to the 34-yard line. It looks like something like from the Bear 33 to the 33 of
33. Yep.
Bearden.
17-17.
34-yard punt.
yards.
We'll take a quick timeout, a 30-second break at 7:12 to go in the third. Back in 30 seconds here on the Buzz 101.3. How you doing?
You're clear.
All right. Getting 30 this time, just 30. 10. Bearden completes a pass out in the flat for a gain of right at 9. Second down and 1 to go at their 42-yard line. Earl, I didn't see who caught that pass.
I didn't either.
It was out of the backfield, I believe, so I think it's going to be Young. He'll hand it to Young this time, trying to get to first. He's going to be, he's not going to get it. He is not going to get it. He is hit and knocked down hard by a couple of Bears. Josh Helson and Gage Anderson on the tackle, and they kindly pick him up. Held him to no gain. It's going to be third down, still a yard to go. Here in the third quarter, the Bears at 21-3. Your list of games here on the Buzz 101.3. You can download the MyMix app, free app on your smartphone. Listen to any of our games on our sister stations, Mix 104 for Cleveland and the Fiesta 99.1 for Walker Valley. Here's a pass complete out in the flat to the 48 for a first down.
Unusual call there, 3rd and 1.
Yeah, gain of 6, so it is effective. Gets the first down for the Bulldogs, keeps their drive alive. Here with 6 minutes to go in the third quarter play. This is a region game in Region 2 6A. Bears come in at 2-0. Bearden comes in 1-1 in the region. Here's a toss out the flat. Oh, boy! Oh, man, just the time he was going to catch the ball. We had a Bear there.
Back into the hands of Cummins.
That was, again, J.D. Kirkpatrick. No, Wayne Dayton, number 20. Wayne Dayton on that smash. He was going to lose about 5 or 6 yards or more, but he hit him so hard the ball just popped out of there and it was incomplete. So now it's going to be second down and 10 from the Bearden 48. Trips right side. He'll roll that way. Parrott looking, throwing in the flat. It's going to be, did he catch it?
Don't think so.
No, it's going to be incomplete. It's going to be third down. That was Tummins. Tummins who caught the ball on the far side of our minute ago, too. Tummins rather than Young. He's been their go-to guy. He's one of their seniors. He's a captain or coach. Morgan Schindlever, been there 8 years. He's had him in 6 straight playoffs the last 6 years. Morgan Schindlever. Trips right side. Boy, they jumped offside, looked like. Back to pass. Parrott, boy, he's running, going to go left, going to throw it out, and the flat's going to be complete. And I believe if he's inbounds, yeah, he was. That's a first down to the 38. From their 48 to our 38, so that's 14-yard pickup for our 1st and 10.
That's Spikes. Tim Yathus Spikes.
Pushed out of bounds by a couple of Bears. Looked like one of the guys, Mason Gorey, there initially on the tackle. He was going out of bounds by momentum anyway. We're going to back him up to the 38, where it's going to be 1st and 10 for the Bulldogs with 5:37 to go here in the third quarter play. Bears up 21-3. Parrott hands off. Nope, fakes. He's going to run himself. He's going to run. He's going to hit and drag down at a short gain. Josh Helson. Boy, Josh having a field night tonight. He'll be down to the Bear 36, so give him 2 yards. Second down and 8. Give him 1 yard. Second down and 9 coming up at the 32. We'll pick a player of the game tonight at the completion of this broadcast. We'll honor one Bear with that call, and also a play of the game. So we have to be thinking about that. Gwen, are you where are you at right now, Gwen? I lost
down
you.
Here by the offense, sitting on the bench.
Oh, okay. Are you sitting down too, though?
No.
Back goes Parrott. Pass out in flat. It's going to be behind him and incomplete. Oh, they're going to say he caught that. The side judge, they're going to say he caught that ball. He did not. That bounce, you can see that from here. There's no way that was completed.
They need to huddle. Get some help on that.
And we don't have replay options here. Second down and 1 to go, or third and one. This will be Young on the carry, I'm guessing. They look to the sideline to change the play up. You know, for instance, Causey had hurry up and snap the ball so they couldn't replay it, but this is high school. 3rd and 1. The snap. He's going to throw it on 3rd and 1. Again, complete for another first down to the Bear 23. This 3rd and 1 play they've gone to twice now. So it will be another first down. And again, the tackle by Wayne Dayton, number 20 for the Bears.
Supposed to be good weather tomorrow. Good weather. Which makes it a...
So the Bulldogs moving slowly but surely at the Bear 23-yard line. Parrott ready for the snap. He will hand it to Young. He'll hit the middle. He's going to have positive yards down just to about the 20. Give him 3. Second down, 7 to go.
Number 1, he's tackled by double ones, Blake Johnson.
Second and 7, 3:46, clock running.
going to swap out. I believe, did Young go out? I believe Young went out. Young out. And number 1, that's going to be Seth Arana in the backfield now. I don't know if Young got hurt or what, but Arana's in the backfield with 2nd down and 7 to go. Parrott back to pass again. It's across the middle. It's going to be complete down inside the 10.
Number 13.
Finding some gaps in there in the
Griffin Orris.
behind the linebackers where they're throwing the ball. Just little post patterns, quick hitters. Be a 1st and goal at the Bear 7. Maybe the 6. I think it's a 6. Yep, 1st and goal at the 6 for the Bulldogs, who are down 21-3 with 3:08 to go. Parrott back again out in the flat. It's going to be complete, and he's going to be hit and will fall. Touchdown into the end zone for Farragut. They have found a weakness in the Bear defensive backfield with these little short flare passes out to the right that time. And with 2:58 and a third, they pulled within 21-9. PAT coming up for Ethan Ford.
Who caught that, Adam? Number 1. Thank you.
Ford will kick it away. Cummins on the hold.
Here's the kick. It looks like it's good from here, and it is good. Timeout on the field at 2:58 and a third, 21-10. The Bears over the Bulldogs. We'll be back in just 30 seconds with another kickoff here on the BCHS Bear Network and on the Buzz 101.3. Back in 30.
I'll tell you about Walter's Auto Wash. I mentioned them especially because they're our newest game sponsor, so we welcome them to the family of sponsors at Bradley Central High School. We appreciate them. The only family-owned and operated car wash in Cleveland since 2003.
Getting ready for a Bearden kickoff after they pick up their first touchdown of the game. They had one field goal taken off with a penalty, and they missed. They made it on the penalized play, but then they missed it when they re-kicked it from 5 yards further back. And right now the Bears are leading 21-10 late in the third quarter, 2:58 remaining in a region matchup among two 6A teams. Bearden 1-1 coming in the region, 2-4 overall. The Bears 5-0 overall and 2-0 in the region, ranked number 5 in the state in 6A this week. All 3 local teams were ranked in the top 10. Cleveland came in at 10. Walkabout, I think, was 8th. Bears were 5th. Had to go back to 1976 when all 3 local teams were ranked in the top 10. Here's a high kick taken by Goree at the 10, to the 15, to the 20, trying to tiptoe through, to the 25, to the 30. Oh, and he's sort of waiting on things to develop.
Shifted gears.
Yeah, he almost stopped there.
Yeah, he came to a halt.
Just beyond the 30-yard line, I believe, where they'll mark it 1st and 10 for the Bears.
And there's a flag on the sideline, far side.
Flag on the sideline. I did not see that. Near the point of tackle or?
Right at that the first down marker.
Okay.
The ball.
Looks like he picked it up. So the Bears will have it 1st and 10 right there at the 31-yard line. They lead it 21-10. They're on the road to Ottawa next week, a non-region matchup. And also next week, let's see, I have my schedule right here. Cleveland High School will be at open. Yeah. Both Bradley, Cleveland, and Walker are open next week. The Bears' only game in town, then they'll be at Ottawa, so no game in town. And here's a quick on the jet sweep to J. Allen Terry from the 31 to the 33. Give him 2 yards, 2nd and 8. Haven't seen him carry the ball, but that's the first time, I think, tonight.
That's the first time.
On that jet sweep, they like to line him up outside. He's one of the fastest guys, maybe the fastest guy on the team. He's a freshman.
And the Bears have been shut out this quarter.
Yep.
No first downs. 6 first downs. Just when I was complaining they didn't have any offense, 6 first downs. And they took a 67-yard drive and ate up a lot of clock, Gary, in 11 plays on that drive.
2:08 in and third right now. Clock is stopped. We'll start on the snap. Hand off to Jackson Wilson, trying to tiptoe through the middle. He's to the 35 to the 40, and he's dragged down behind. That should have been a horse collar there, but I don't think He's going to be right at the sticks for the first down, and it is a 1st and 10 for the Bears and Cleveland Ford. Wilson from the 33 to the 42, so a 9-yard gainer for the Bears sophomore, up to the 41, 8-yard gain to the 41, just outside the 41. Bears need to extend this drive and take it down and score to push this lead back to 3 touchdowns, or 3 scores. We're up by 11 right now, 21-10. Dugan way out to the left side. Bradley going to change the play as Coach Burkhardt is in a play. We have Jay Allen Terry on the right side here, nearest us. Jackson Wilson, though, going to carry in the middle. He's going to have 5. He's got 10. He's going to have close to 15 yards. He will have it down to the cross midfield of the 46-yard line for another Bear first down. From the 42 to the 46, that's going to be 8 plus 4, 12-yard gain, Earl.
All righty.
He just keeps ripping off chunks of yardage for another Bear first down and for Cleveland Ford. Clock down now to 1:17 here in the third. Bradley will be content to stay on the ground, eat up some clock, but get a touchdown out of this. They'll look again to the sideline. Their signaling plays in based on the defensive codes that one of the coaches up here near the press box is telling Coach Burkhardt in his headphones what they're aligned in. Here's a pass out the flat, going to beat to Jay Allen Terry. He'll be down across the 45 to the 40, right at the 40, right at a 6-yard gain. Let's call it 5-yard gain, a second and a very short 5 for the Bears at the Bearden 40-yard line. Clock at 43 seconds to go in the third. Aiden McCleary has really, 10 of 12 first half passing?
10 of 12, 1 of 2, so
he is
11 out of 14.
That's pretty good.
We'll take it.
Right at 100 yards. Out of the shotgun. This time he'll hand it off to Wilson. He'll lower his head and buck through there and just keeps fighting. He'll get a couple 3 yards down to the 38. And that'll probably be the last play unless somebody stops the clock here in the third quarter. Going to be third down and about a short 3 to go after Jackson Wilson carries from the 40 to the 38, a 2-yard pickup. The horn's going to sound. That will end the third quarter play here at Bradley Central High School's Bear Stadium on Jimmy Lovell Field. We'll be back in 1 minute with the fourth and final period of this game. 21-10, the Bears up over the Bulldogs. So we'll be back in 60 seconds.
All right, BC Nation, it's time to get on your feet.
Clear.
We got the student section.
Maryville 42-7. Maryville 42-7. Running clock, third quarter.
This is how we're ushering in the fourth quarter, moving forward here at Bear Stadium.
What's happened to Finn Wilkins?
To who?
Finn.
The shoulder when he got hurt down there.
I know.
No. Oh, I don't know. You know what's wrong with Finn Mertens? Is it shoulder? Nothing. Oh.
30.
Brian. Back here at Bear Stadium as we go to the fourth period. It'll be 3rd and 3 for the Bears at the 38-yard line in Bearden territory. The Bears up 21-10. Update from Maryville 42-7 now. That's a running clock in the third quarter at Maryville. Maryville 42. The Rebels are just manhandling the Raiders. And that is nothing new, folks, for Maryville. If you know anything at all about Tennessee high school football, Maryville is the dominant king. And Oakland, though, has won the last 2 state titles.
It's Maryville and Oakland across the state.
And guess who? Jackson Wilson just lowered his head and bulldozes through some poor defender down there.
Down to the 27.
Goodness gracious, what a lick he laid on
28.
Yep, 28-yard line from the 38.
10 yards.
And a first down for the Bears and Cleveland Ford. They'll move those sticks one more time. This is what the Bears need, a ground, time-eating, clock-consuming, long scoring drive. Hadn't scored yet, but we're on our way. First and 10 for the Bears at the Bearden 28. Again, looking at the sidelines. Coach Burkhardt. Those hand signals mean something. Gwen?
Yes, sir.
See if you can interpret those signals down there to see what they mean.
It's down low, up high, down low, up high.
Here's a pass out there to Jackson Wilson in the flat. He's going to be complete down to the 25.
There's Laundry.
Gain of 3.
Yep.
2nd and 7. out of the backfield that time.
Pass is complete to Wilson.
And Gwen, have you heard anything or seen indication at all about the injury to Finn Mertens earlier? Here's a flag.
I haven't. Sure haven't.
See a flag?
Yeah.
Holding on the Bears.
Oh.
Holding on the Bears. From the 28, actually the 29, you mark holding off from the point of the holding infraction. So for the losses of Andrew B. Morgan, that's the first penalty on the Bears in a while, which is okay. 11-13 the game now, 21-10. We need to take it in and score, though. I hope that's not a drive-stopping penalty, though. It'll be second down at 21 to go now. So the penalty is more than, it's only 10, but it's from the point of the penalty. Trips left side, looking again to the sidelines. New play is going to be called here. Coach Burkhart looks like he's got ants in his pants. He's going through all kind of gyrations there. McCleary has a snap, back, looking left, going to roll out. Going to roll, throw it out in the flats. No, he's going to fake the throw and keep it himself. The stiff arm guy, and he'll be down to about the 35 for a short gain, maybe a 4-yard gain. Where he's ran out of bounds, going to be third down and long. Third and right at 17 to go, looks like. And so McCleary kept it himself that time. He gave a good shot there. Josh Helson has been in on the offensive plays quite a bit tonight.
That's one of those, Gary, where he ran 15 yards to gain 4.
Yeah. We need to throw Big Carter Howard involved here again. He caught 4 passes the first half.
Now, one of my favorite quotes from Gary tonight during the second quarter was when they were running, he goes, he tiptoes.
Yeah, well, that's what he looks like he's doing, you know. Here's the man in motion, Jalen Terry. Streaks from right to left. Bradley jumps. There's a flag on the Bears. 5-yard penalty. They jumped too quick. The snap was late compared to when the line moved. So back them up 5 more. Going to be second down, 22 to go from the 35 now. If we get a big gainer here, we may go for it on 4th. But if we don't, we're probably going to punt the ball away and try to back them up. But it's not looking good for the Bears in the third here. 21-10, they lead it. But it's been really blah here in the third quarter. Bearden has dominated offensive play, actually. Bear defense dominated the first half and their offense. Wilson to the left side, trips right side. Wilson to the left side of Aiden. Back goes McCleary. Pass over the top, down the middle. He's got a man there. It's going to be intercepted at the 5, to the 10, to the 15, to the 20, and brought down hard at about the 22. Bearden will have the ball. On a 1st and 10 after the turnover. That's the third turnover of the night for the Bears at the 23-yard line.
That's Ethan Ford. He specializes in kicking. He also plays in the defensive secondary.
Oh, my goodness. So a huge stop there for Bearden. Ethan is a senior. He's 5'11", listed as wide receiver, defensive back, and kicker. So he does play multiple positions.
Yep.
And a mighty fine tackle by Carter Howard. I'd like to see him line up at linebacker once or twice.
Oh, he could hurt some people with his size there. Pass was a little bit overthrown, but he had good defensive position. A good catch for him. Hand off into the middle, Nick Young. He will not get to the line of scrimmage. Bringing him down is going to be Isaiah Arnold, looks like, or Gage Anderson. Oh, no, that's going to be, Gage Anderson, number 1, Gage Anderson. He will lose a yard. Nico Young on the carry. Second down, 11 to go. Ball back to the 23. And so on second 11 with 10-13 in the game now. Bearden down 21-10. Back goes Parrott. Pass out in the flat. It's going to be intercepted. The Bears going the other way.
Payback time.
And who's got this?
Number 3.
Tito Williams. The 9th pick of the year for the Bears.
I don't think they gave it to him.
You had a bird's eye seat for that, didn't you?
He kind of went around his back.
They're not going to give it to him?
No.
Oh, no interception?
No interception. I thought he had it.
It was very acrobatic, though.
I had it already as an INT. All right.
We got you down. I'm glad we got you down there close. This old man up here can't see anything.
I can't.
30-11 to go. Let's get one here. Parrott back to pass, running, and Big Chase Boy's running again for his life. He's going to be caught and pushed out of bounds at the 27. He will have a little bit of yards, but it's going to be 4th and long. He had to get from to the 33. He's at the 28, let's call it. A gain of 5. Knox Watson on the carry. It's going to be 4th down and right at 7 to go for the Bulldogs. Taylor Dugan drop back deep. Ethan Ford will kick again. He's been Mr. Everything tonight for the Bulldogs. So the interception didn't come to any fruition for Bearden. Let's see if the Bears now can get a drive going with 10 minutes exactly in the game. Low snap. High, booming kick this time. He's going to let it go over his head. It's going to kick sideways, though, and be a little bit of backwards kick. But the Bears will have it first 10 at their 32, and we'll return in 30 seconds with the first Bear play of this series, up 21-10 at 9:49 in the game here on the Buzz 101.3. Back in just...
On the carry out to the, looks like they're going to give him the 36. That'll be
gain of 3 on the play by Jackson Wilson from the halfback position. It's going to be almost 4-yard gain. Second down and a long 6 to go for the Bears.
That's a true 4.
Yep. Checking in for the Bears, number 40, Drake Arundale. Haven't called his name. Sophomore defensive back, number 40 in the game, if that's the correct number and name. That's what we have on the roster anyway. Bears have twins out to the right side. They'll look to the sideline once more at 9:11 to go and clock running here in the fourth. Bears up 21-10. Important to eat some time up here. We need to go down and score. We hadn't scored this half. Wilson will take it to the left side again. He has been on that left side all night long. He'll have a 4-yard gain out to about the 39. Make it 3 from the 36 to the 39. Going to be third down and about 2.5, 3 to go for the first down for the Bears at their 39-yard line. Really need to kill some time here. Bearden came in with the record 2-4, and Coach Floyd said they were in a lot of one-score games late in the game in those losses to some of the best in the state.
It's 24 carries right now for Jackson Wilson.
Had 30 last week. With Simon Mullins out, he's going to have to be the workhorse, but I don't know how many he can carry, though. He said this week, I talked to him, he said, I was fine, I wasn't really tired. And they'll hand it to him again. He'll hit the middle. This time he will be pushing hard. He'll have the first down right at it, just barely crossing
I've got him
43.
149 yards before that last. Did he just carry?
Yes, he did. Yeah. And he will have another first down for the Bears and for Cleveland Ford at 8:12 to go. A 4-yard gain out to the 43. So the Bears have that first down. Ooltewah 41-0 over Howard. That's who we play next week at Ooltewah.
So, Gary, according to my unofficial stats, 153 yards right now for Jackson.
He hasn't broke the long one. He needs to break a long one here somewhere. And here he goes again on the left side. He's going to be hit and dragged down by one man this time. He will lose another yard or two. Gain, loss of 2. Second and 12. Bearden's got him figured out pretty much.
Yep. They're really, as you've said, they're keying on him every play.
They have been since the get-go here.
They lost a couple that time.
Yep. Second down, 12 coming up for the Bears at their 41. Clock was 7:21 and running in the fourth. Bears up 21-10. Trying to improve the record to 6-0, 3-0 in the Region 2 6A. Maryville well on their way to win at 42-7 in their game at Maryville over Cleveland. McCleary back. Now he's scrambling for his life. He's going to roll right. Is he going to throw it or run it? He's going to run it, I believe, and he will be.
Oh, yes. Where's the flag?
Should have been a late hit on him there.
Yep, he was out of bounds.
And no flag thrown.
Oh, brother.
Yep. No flag. Going to be a gain to from the 41 to the 47. A 6-yard gain. He ran forever, though. Going to be third down.
Yep.
And 6 to go. Bears
6 official.
Got to get to the Bearden 47 for a first down. 3rd and 6 right now. Boy, I don't know about that one, Earl.
Sure looked like he was out of bounds and really was hit hard.
Yeah, we're on the opposite side, but the way the crowd reacted to it seemed like it was a late hit. Anyway, here we go. 3rd and 6 for the Bears from their 47. They'll overload the left side. McClear hands it to Jackson Wilson. He will fight and get free. There's a face mask. There's a flag. Boy, look at the laundry now. 3. 1, 2, 3. It's Jackson Wilson from the 47 to the 39. So he picked up 11 plus he's got 14 yards on the run for a first down. And we're going to add 15 more. That was a vicious face mask there. If you're a tackler, you just react. Guys trying to get around you and you just react. And it happens. We've seen it happen to the Bears over and over throughout the years. And here comes the official signal from the personal foul, face mask. Oh,
declined.
No. They declined. Well, they had 2 face masks, I guess. So they're going to mark off 15 yards. They had 2 personal fouls. The first one on the face mask was declined. Then it looked like signaling again the face mask.
Yep.
So I pushed it all the way down to the Bearden 24-yard line. A huge, huge play. A 14-yard gainer on the run by Jackson Wilson as he inches near 200 yards again. And then
another first down on the penalty.
First down, yep.
2 players one on each ear hole.
Is that what it was?
It's the only one you're going to stop him.
Man, well, yeah. We don't want our guy hurt. They'll look to the sidelines and change the play one more time. I think we're going to let Gwen send a play in here in a minute. He can probably call a good play. The snap, Wilson again hits that right side this time. He bulls through there. He's going to have 5, 6, 7 yards down
close
about
to the 16.
16, an 8-yard pickup. He seems to get stronger as the game goes on. He's had a lot of big second halves this year. Second down and 2 to go after the 8-yard gain down to the 16-yard line, it looks like it. Yep. Clock's at 6:02 and running. And Bears are very content with where they're at. Field position wise, we're inside the Kia of Cleveland drive zone. 2nd and 2. Wilson, he breaks a lot from this 20-yard mark or so. Aiden McClear's going to let the play clock run all the way down, eat as much time as he can, and he'll hand it to Wilson, who'll go to the left side again. He's going to break free. He's going to have 5, he's going to have 10, and there's that other. Oh, he's just shy.
At the 1.
Inside the 1, and how did he not score then? I guess the ball hit.
I think he was thinking, let's let that clock run one more time.
20. Oh, is it?
He's at the. Yeah, Gary. He's inside the 1. He's at the 1 foot line.
Penalty.
On the toenail.
Holding on the Bears.
Oh, my
Wipe that one off, bring it back. So a 10-yard mark off. The flag's down at the. Where's that at, Gwen? 16s?
It is.
Yep.
Yeah, that official, Gary, was marking it, and he wasn't going to leave at the 1 foot line.
Yep. So the penalty backs the ball up to the 26-yard line, where it's going to be second down and about. Let's see, what do we got to get? We got to get down to the 14. All right, let's just break
started at the 24. Yeah, it's 14.
Let's break it off in the 26-yarder. Clock is running at 5:35. Again, the Bears check off. Single man either side for the Bears. Wide receivers. Carter Howard shifts to the right side. McCleary hands it to Wilson, going to the right side, gets a block with Howard. He'll cut through there, and he'll have 2 or 3 yards, and that's it, to the 22 or so. 4-yard pickup, going to be 3rd down and about 8 to go for the first down.
Down to the 22-yard line, again, 4,
It'll be 3rd and 8 for the Bears. Bradley taking lots of time. No hurry. They lead at 21-10 with under 5 to go now, just under 5. They'll be on the road to Ottawa, a non-region game next week. Dwayne Winsby sitting in for me. I appreciate Dwayne doing this. My wife and I will be out of town on an extended school break. We'll be back for the following game when we go to Farragut. McCleary will take that snap, hands to Wilson, the left side, following his block. He's got a hole there. He's going 5. He's got 10. He's to the 5. He is down to the 4-yard line, and a huge run from the 22 to the 4. That's an 18-yard gainer, and a Bear first and goal.
Yep.
At the 4-yard line in the Kia of Cleveland drive zone.
You know, he got some good blocks, but he was trying to go more off tackle, and then he decided just to go strictly off around the end, and that's where he got his running room and a great 18-yard pickup.
He's got some good speed when he cranks it up there. 1st and 4 for the Bears from the 4-yard line. 1st and goal. Clock's at 4:30. He was knocked out of bounds. They stopped the clock with the out-of-bound play. and they'll look to the sidelines. Here comes the team to the line of scrimmage. They'll overload to the left side this time. And I'm going to say Wilson's going to run left side because Big Carter Howard's there. They'll hand to him. He will go into the end zone for a Bear touchdown. Jackson Wilson, 4 yards for his third touchdown of the night. And at 4:25 to go, 27-10, the Bears on top of the Bulldogs with a PAT attempt by Era Rojas coming up. So Jackson Wilson scored 3 more touchdowns tonight. By the way, a score of interest, Ooltewah leading Howard. It's Ooltewah's homecoming, 41-0 at halftime. Howard is winless, Ooltewah winless. It looks like the Owls will get their first win of the year and await the Bears next week. Here's the kick. It is up, and once again, Era Rojas is perfect. 28-10 with 4:25 to go, and we'll return in just 30 seconds with the kickoff for the Bears.
What a great way to celebrate that touchdown.
30 seconds.
All righty, just 30.
You can do it right now at the concession stand. Both sides of the field.
Time back in here at 4:25 to go in the fourth quarter play. The Bears up 28-6. And Grant Haney will be doing the kickoff chores. We'll pick a player of the game and a play of the game a little bit later on, put our heads together and see what we think. There's a lot of candidates out there tonight for play of the game and player. Grant Haney marks off his stride back to about the 33. He'll approach the ball and kick it from the 40, of course. 28-10 with 4:25 in the game. Bears well on the way to victory number 6 in an unbeaten season. And this kick will be a little shorter, about the 24 on the run to the 25, 30, 35. And then a bunch of Bears will bring him down about the 39-yard line. We have 1st and 10 for Bearden. We'll back him up to the 37. They say he went down to the 37-yard line. Let's see who Bearden has on the agenda for next week. Bearden will be open next week, so we'll have, well, everybody's open next week except the Bears in a non-region game, and Hardin Valley will be at Jefferson County. That's also a non-region game. Everybody else, Cleveland, Farragut, Bearden, and Maryville will have the week off next week. Bears will return with a game against Thursday. It was originally listed as a Thursday game on Farragut. I'm not sure if that's the case or not. We'll have to find out and let you know later on. And there's a late tagger right there. Boy, I thought he was going to call that. That was Drew Parrott on the run from the quarterback position. He'll be out to the Bearden 41. Excuse me, folks, getting late here. To the Bearden 41.
4 yards.
4-yard gain, 2nd and 6 coming up. 4:14 to go. Clock stop, the out of bounds play. Bearden now will have to try to pass every play just about. Young has not been really involved a whole lot here lately. Need to get down the field in a hurry. The snap to Parrott. He looks to pass out in the left flat. Can't do it. He's going to go down. There's a flag. He goes down for a loss about 5 or 6, but there's going to be a flag probably holding at that position where they threw it. Initial indication is coming up, and it's going to be, well, he's talking to Coach Damon Floyd about something. Probably whether or not to take it. Holding on Farragut, decline. Yeah, I thought they'd take the loss. He will lose back to the 34, so that's a 7-yard loss. Going to be 3rd and a long, 14 to go, looks like. No, 3rd and 13 maybe. From the 34, they've got to get to their own 47. Yeah, 3rd and 13. Parrott ready for the snap. He'll take it. Back, dropping back, throwing across the middle. It's going to be overthrown. No, he caught it. He's tipped. He's away. 25, 20, 15, 10. He's going to have it. Always going to be out of bounds at the 4-yard line. Another long pass play. He looked like it was tipped and intercepted, but
that was Spikes.
Spikes on the catch all the way down from their 35 to the Bear 4.
Tim Yazlis, Spikes.
Wow. So a 61-yard gainer and a 1st and goal for Bearden with 3:43 to go. Boy, that last score for the Bears was big now.
Saves the touchdown. 1st and goal.
1st and goal for. And Earl, that may be these too long pass plays. The Bears trying to get some subs in, and they're going to get caught. And time's going to be called by the Bears. They had to. They're going to get penalized. Too many men on the field. They'll take a timeout, and we'll take one for Taziki's. 3:43 to go in the game. 28-10, but Bearden knocking on the door as the key of Cleveland drives on, and the Bear first and goal at the 4. Back in 1 minute. Bearden on the first play on first and goal from the 4-yard line gets down to, looks like the 1. Did he go in?
Yeah. No. Oh, yes, he did. Yeah.
Okay, I guess they did give him the touchdown. No? Yeah, they're going to go for 2 here. In the middle, a handoff. Nope. I don't think. No, he didn't score.
No, he didn't score. That's like a regular play. You're right.
The one referee on the other side was holding his hands up like he had scored, but I think just saying he was down. Okay, 3rd down and goal. Let's see if the Bear defense can hold them out here. They are way down there. Ball is right at the
1.
Just outside the 1-yard line. Under center now is Parrott. They may try to push him in. He will take it, hand off, and hit, and he is stopped. Oh, his pass is going to be complete for the touchdown. That is caught by number 17, looks like. Is it number 1? 1.
Seth Arana.
Arana on the catch for the touchdown at 2:39 to go. 28-16 the score. And Farragut will line up. Let's see if they're going to kick this. They're going to line up and go for 2. I believe they're going to go for 2. Well, they're going to call time. Timeout, Farragut. Bearden, not Farragut, but Bearden.
Maybe go for 2, we'll see. Every timeout gives us the opportunity to thank our premier sponsors for their support of our athletic programs: McDonald's, Denzo, Bank of Cleveland, Clinical Sports Medicine, and the First Baptist Church of Cleveland. And of course, our game day sponsors. We appreciate them as well. Equipado Masters Electrical, Rick's Plumbing, Bank of Cleveland, Mike Smith, the county trustee, Express Athletics, Zaxby's, Holston Gas, Aubrey, Wright Brothers Construction, Taziki's, Old Fort Restaurant, Campbell Insulation, Pediatric Dentistry, and Orthodontics of Chattanooga. And our newest member of the family, Walters Auto Wash on Keith Street, the only family-owned and operated car wash in Cleveland since 2003. So go down and take.
Back here at Brandon Central High School, after the Bearden scored 28-16, they call time. They're going to go for 2, of course. They're down by 12. Be down by 10 if this is successful. And here's a snap. Parrott back rolling, looking left. Now he's going to run and scramble. He's going to have to throw it back across. It's going to be incomplete. And it's going to be no good. I was waiting to see if there's a penalty. There's no penalty, though. Okay, the 2-point attempt was no good, so with 2:39 to go, it is 28-16. And Earl, we'll keep it here right now. We'll be picking a player of the game and the play of the game as well for the Bears here. Next week on the road, Ooltewah, non-region game. But recap that scoring drive there for us. We have a chance there.
Okay, let's see. They started at the 24, so that was a 76-yard drive. In 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 plays, Gary. 76-yard drive, 9 plays.
And that one long play.
And 2:39 to go. Parrott to Seth Arana, the final 1 yard, and then going for 2. The pass was no good.
28-16 to score the Bears up here in a region game.
And the big one was the 62-yard gain to Spikes. That really moved it downfield.
It's been sort of a ho-hum blah type of feeling tonight, seems like, with fall break starting today at Bradley. everybody is excited about not having to school next week.
A lot of people already on the road.
Yeah, a bunch of them. We're coming to you from Ooltewah High School, and I think that's going to be a 7:30 kickoff next week. Here's a kickoff. Oh, it's an onside kick. And did they get it? I believe Bearden got it. Yes, they did. Bears recovered the onside kick at the Bear 46 or 47, looks like. So they're back in business here at the Bear 47 with 2:38 to go. They've got only 2 timeouts remaining. They call 1, so they'll have it at the Bear 47.
I think the Bears have relaxed a little bit too early.
Yep. 28-16 our score. Bears up by 12. Not a lot of time left, but this could be a quick strike team. You know they're going to throw it. They've got a wide receiver out here to this side, Braden Buchanan. Also a single man out wide right. Parrott and Young in the backfield. The snap to Parrott. He's back rolling right, looking, crossing pattern. Pass is going to be complete, and he'll be hit, but escapes, has close to a first down. Pushed out of bounds at the Bear 37. I think he's right there. It may be a first.
It's very close.
Let's see if they move the sticks. It is going to be right at it. They're going to have to give this an eyeball and see. They may measure this one. It is a 1st and 10 for Bearden on a 10-yard gain, right at 10, down to the Bear 37 with 2:31 to go. They get out of bounds, stop the clock again. They're going to work that left side. Pass out in the flat is going to be complete to the 40, 35 to the 30. He's going to have another first down and run out of bounds inside the Bear 30 at the 25, it looks like. So Bearden is sure not give up on this game. And Gwen's getting a little testy down there.
A little bit. I'd like to point out this white line down here on the sideline where the coaches are. We'll call that the white strip. It's still pretty hot.
1st and 10 for the Bulldogs at the Bear 26 after an 11-yard gain. A little pass out in the flat left side. Parrott back again, left side. Pass complete again for another big gain down to the 17. It'll be short. Boy, he is right at the stick, though. No, it's a first. Let's see. Wait a minute. Not a first.
Just short.
Short by a yard, looks like. Gain of 9. It looked like Tummins on the catch again there. A long yard to go. Ball's at the Bear 17 at first, and they will. Nope, fake out. Pass out in the flat. It's going to be to the 15. There's a flag. Well, they got the first down. This is coming back. There's a flag back at the 19 or so. And you can almost bet your bottom dollar. There's the holding call. Yep. And I'm trying to, where'd that flag? Yeah, there's the flag at the 19. They'll back it up 10 yards to the 29. So that's going to be a 12-yard loss overall. They were at the 17-yard line. So give him credit for the completion and a gain, but then the penalty is going to wipe that out.
So their passing attack has all of a sudden come alive, Gary.
Yeah, we mentioned off the air with Simon Mullis and Ben Mertens, both out of there, 2 veterans, that defensive back.
And they're working on our secondary.
Yeah, our young guys. Parrott set, trips left side. He'll roll to the left side. He's going to be chased. He's going to be chased, and he's just going to throw it high, and it's going to be.
He may be complete.
He caught it for a short gainer. Yep, he caught it. Gain of 3. Down to the 25. It's a minute 46 to go. It's going to be second down or third down at 10. Right at 10. They're going to stop the clock here to check something. Side judge coming in across the field to talk to the referee. Not sure what that's about. Unless it's a sideline warning or something over there. I don't know. Well, a long discussion about something.
The ball's at the 27, so there, that's...
Yeah, 3-yard gain to the 25. Oh, they're going to reset the clock.
26,
They're resetting the clock. 1:46. Adam Belford on the scoreboard there. He picked that signal up. Clock's at 1:46. On 3rd and 9, we'll call it, at the Bear 25 with not a lot of time left. Bears up 28-16. The snap. Parrott back again looking. Pass out in the left side. It's going to be incomplete, out of bounds. I don't think it had if it had been inbounds. Going to be 3rd down and 9. You know, he's a freshman quarterback, but Earl, he has looked pretty doggone good here.
He's had a great second half.
Played under a lot of pressure. Bears.
In fact, they have thrown in the second half, Gary, 21, and he has completed 14.
Wow. And he's back one more time looking. Throwing it deep across the middle. It's going to be overthrown, incomplete. It's going to be 4th down. He had a man there leading a Bear. If he had been a little bit shorter, he would have had the first down. Oh, that was 4th down.
Yeah, that was 4th down.
Missed a down there. It's 4th down, so the Bears will take over.
You can kind of breathe a little bit now.
Yeah.
Hey, they were trying to make it close.
Yeah.
I mean, if they had scored and gone for 2, you realize it would have been a 28-24 ball game.
And they got an onside kick the last time.
Yes, they did. Hey.
So,
that's a big loss of down. I mean, just to preserve a comfortable margin for the Bears.
Yep.
I mean, it was getting a little bit too close for comfort.
So the Bears take over first 10 at their 26 with 1:35 in the game. Bears up 28-16 here from Bear Stadium with a region game. And you can bet your bottom dollar they're not going to be throwing the ball here.
No.
McCleary to Wilson. He'll try to go around the right side. He'll have 1, 2, 3, 4 yards out to the 30, maybe the 31, just right at the 30, let's call it. Going to be 2nd down and 6 after a gain of 4. And they'll let that clock run. They'll use that play clock that Cleveland Concrete sponsors this year, or Bradley Concrete sponsors. Let it run all the way down. It's at 30 right now, and when you snap this ball, will be about 50 seconds to go here in this ball game. So 2 or 3 plays, maybe even a kneel down here. We'll see. See, Bearden has, well, the clock's wrong. They're showing 3 timeouts. They don't have 3 timeouts left. They just call a couple here this last drive.
Yeah, they're going to let the clock run all the way down.
Yep.
It's still running.
Play clock's at 5, 4, 3. Here's handoff to Wilson. He'll hit that right side. He'll have the first down, and he's got more out from the 30 to the 45, a 15-yard gainer for Jackson Wilson, and a Bear first down and Cleveland forward. And that's going to do it with 42.2 to go. They have to run 1 play, and they'll crank the clock after the sticks are set. And this may be a kneel down. Let's see if Aiden goes under center this time. Well, not yet. Play clock's at 15. Game clock's at 27. They'll run 1. Yeah, he is under center. This is what we call the victory formation. You take the snap, you back up, you kneel down, and that'll be the final play of this football game as the Bears will win it. As the team say, okay, let's go shake hands. So the clock's down to 11, 10, 9. The Bears win it 28-16. Going to be your final score here from Bears Stadium tonight. Bears improved to 6-0 overall, 3-0 in Region 2 6A play. Bearden drops to 2-5 and 1-2 in region play this season. As the teams meet at midfield to shake hands. And it was a good night for the Bears here on the beginning of fall break. We'll take a time out here and come back to our Jenkins Daily postgame show. We'll put our heads together, come up with play of the game and a player of the game for the Bears here as they win it 28-16. Back in 2 minutes with more live coverage here on the Buzz 101.3.
Clear.
Okay, get 2 minutes here. Hey, Earl and Gwen, let's go with Earl's suggestion, the whole offensive line.
Okay.
Goodwin North in the crowd tonight. Martian Goodwin North, class of 1907. So, thanks to... You can't tell though, with the hair and everything, you just can't tell.
Second touchdown, I mean?
Second touchdown.
Okay.
In the second quarter, but it established a 14-3 lead.
Oh, okay. Yeah, we can go with that. Getting 2 minutes here.
He had some great runs.
Yeah, we want Damon. Back here at Bradley Central, we are in the Jenkins Deli post-game show where the Bears have just gone final and won 28-16. As I said, improved to 6-0 overall, 2-0 or 3-0 now in Region 2 6A, and that just helps solidify the possibility of having a home playoff game. And Gwen and Earl and I got our heads together. Our play of the game, Earl, I'll let you explain the play of the game, then we'll name the player of the game. But the play of the game, this is a single play of the game.
Yeah, the play of the game, Gary, we have gone with Jackson Wilson's 25-yard run to pay dirt in the early part of the second quarter that established the lead 14-3 after Bearden had taken a 3-0 lead, and then it was just Bradley mounting to the lead thereafter. And I'll let you go ahead and give the player, or plural, of the game.
Okay, the player of the game will be our offensive line as a collective group. We've got 3 seniors, Gabe Campbell, Braden Owens, and Alex Dayton. Gabe's left tackle, Braden's left guard, Alex is the center. And our right guard is a junior, Brody Morgan. Our right tackle is a sophomore, Luke Keefe. Those are the typical starting 5 across that offensive line. And they've done yeoman work all year long, opening holes for the running backs and protecting Aiden McCleary, who was injured probably a bit more than we thought early in the season for the first 3 or 4 games, but he's had a week off last week, and he was pretty healthy there for the 5th game of the year and the win over Hardin Valley. And then tonight, he had a stellar performance tonight, and he had a lot of completions, a lot of yardage tonight. So we'll name that offensive line, and I can tell you the first person to thank them would be Aiden McCleary. And Gwen's going to try to corral one of the guys down there when he gets a chance. He's got him. Who do you have there?
I've got Gabe. The whole corral's here, but I've got Gabe.
Okay, go ahead and let's put Gabe on the mic here. Let him.
They're having a coach meeting right now.
Okay, we'll get him on there, and we'll come back to you. Just let us know. Just give me a heads up in the earpiece here when you're ready there. But Earl's busy adding up his stat. You got him there now? You ready?
I'm with Gabe Campbell down here on the field. And Gabe, quite an impressive offensive line structure tonight. Lots of yards rushed. We were very impressed talking about the game the whole night, the way offensive line just pushed and pulled, and a lot of movement tonight.
Yes, sir. We're out there sweating. We're grinding. We have a lot of things to fix. We're not near our potential we can be yet. I think if we reach our potential, we can do some really great things out there.
Well, one of the things that we like to recognize is when you get a lot of yardage, there's a reason for that. And I don't know what the stats are. They're up there working on that now, somewhere close to 200 yards for Wilson, and you guys made that impact. We have statute of offensive line as player of the game tonight. So what do you think about that?
It's pretty cool. To get noticed, like our whole offensive line. When Jackson rushes when he has a big night, it feels like we have a big night. It feels like we did our job. But I feel like us 5, and then our 2 tight ends and Jackson, we're all one big thing.
Certainly, and you want to get the respect, but it's more about working as a team. But we want to recognize you. Fabulous job tonight. I think you carried a lot of the weight on your own shoulders, watching, pulling. You look like you're having fun.
It's a lot of fun. We love hitting people.
So next week on the road, take the time to get back in gear and think about Ooltewah, another foe that you guys are coming against your senior year. What do you think about Ooltewah?
They beat us in the past. We have a lot of things to fix before that game.
I want Damon to be up here tonight.
It was an ugly win tonight. We have a lot to fix, and that starts up front with us. Okay.
Congratulations on a win tonight. Congratulations on player of the game.
Yeah, here he comes.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, that's an interview with Gabe Campbell, one of our big offensive hogs, and Earl. Damon's coming up here in a moment. We're going to get him on the microphone here. I think he's coming. Yeah, here he comes. I'm sure he's going to be happy with the win, but not happy with some of the things we had to do to make it happen tonight. But anyway, Earl, give him your headset there if you don't care. Mr. Damon Floyd, head coach of the Bears. And Damon, congratulations on another win. I know we had It wasn't easy. You knew it wouldn't be. We talked about this early in the week where Bearden coming in here with a deceitful record. They gave us all that they could give us tonight and played hard.
Yeah. The problem is we're helping teams. Like at some point it's got to end, and we just keep turning the ball over, making silly mistakes on special teams. We take plays off on kickoff coverage. We obviously it's in 2 minutes, and we're screwing up coverages. So I don't know. We've
had a few penalties.
Yeah, I mean, that's going to happen. I don't really mind penalties. I mean, if you have a ton, it bothers me. But, most of them, they're playing hard, so I don't. It's part of the game. The frustrating part is what we're giving up.
Yeah.
If you should have been what? Probably 28-3 at half.
Yeah.
And then we just keep teams hang around, and that's not what great teams do. The good thing is, it's like I told the team, and they were disappointed. You get a win, and you're sad.
Yeah.
Because you didn't play up to your ability. And so we've got to change that quickly, or we're not going to reach the goals we want to reach. But the win's a win, so we'll take it.
And it's a region win.
Region win, yeah.
Big win there.
And Bearden, they got a good football team too. I mean, and look, I'm not one of these guys that they got a losing record. They've lost to some really good teams.
Yeah, including us.
Yeah, and I think we were the 5th or 6th team that they ranked in the top 10 in 5 and 6A. So they've had a brutal schedule. Obviously, they've struggled on offense and we probably gave them the most points they've had all year. But we knew they were going to fight hard, so I'm proud of the team.
We had some broken coverage in defensive backfield, but we're down Finn Mertens now from the first half, and then Silent Mullis. So they were taking advantage of that, picking on some of our younger guys, I guess, back there.
Well, we ran a defense that we don't run. Rodney, our starting Mike linebacker, was out. LP, it was his first game back, and he missed all practice last week, so we only got to practice this week. So we prepared for Bearden. Long story short, we're just trying to put pieces to the puzzle together, and we made some mistakes, and we're trying to get lined up with who we have available. And right now it's just kind of a puzzle, like I said. But one thing I always tell my team, I joke with them during the week about if we make a mistake, I'm like, look, my daughter Claire, she's got to eat. Claire's got to eat. So Claire gets to eat tonight.
Yeah, Claire gets to eat one more game anyway. Next week you step out of the region, go down to Ooltewah. They won big. They were at 41-0 halftime over Howard tonight, getting their first win of the year. So they're down somewhat, but it's a non-region game. But you got to be ready to go.
And I think they had a lot of players out on majority of their games for obvious reasons, if you know what's happening right now. But so we have probably on film, maybe we'll get to see their whole team tonight. I mean, from what they played tonight. Yeah. So we're going to enjoy this one. We got fall break coming up, so really our kids just get to focus on football for the week. And
how does that change your schedule for practice next week now?
We usually bring them on Sundays and watch film and run, and we have what we call paydays. So if they mess up, they have accountability for it on Sundays, and then Monday we give them off since we have a JV game, and then practice Tuesday, Wednesday. So next week we'll give them off Sunday, practice Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. In the morning, 9 to 11, and then Thursday we're going to make a decision. We'll probably come out here under the lights like 7 p.m. and then so it'll change a little bit, but we'll try to let them sleep a little bit and then enjoy it, and then but it still work.
Well, congratulations on the win. Thanks for joining us as always on our post-game show here, and we'll see you next week.
All right.
That's head coach Damon Floyd of the Bears, whose team picks up a 28-16 win tonight in a big region win over the Bearden Bulldogs. We'll take a 2-minute timeout here on our Jenkins Deli postgame show. We'll return looking. back here at Bear Stadium on the Buzz 101.3, where all games are played by Wholesale Supply Group. We're in the Jenkins Daily postgame show now. The Bear Band is down below us. You can probably hear them in the background as they do a halftime show and a postgame show, because a lot of their parents have to work concession stands during the halftime break, which is when it's really needed. So they put on an extra show for them, follow the game, and they look really good down there. Coach Andrew Coggins, the director, coach, whatever you want to call him, doing a great job here. Been here for many, many years at Bradley Central. Earl's busy adding up stats, and I would give you some other scores of interest. I know Cleveland's final was 42-7 at Maryville. They lost 42-7. Their halftime score was 35-7. So they had a running clock the second half there in that third quarter when they got their final touchdown. 42-7 the final there. So Maryville improves to 7-0 in the region overall, and 3-0 like the Bears in the region. The Bears now 6-0 with the open week last week and 3-0 in region. So they're tied with Maryville first place. Cleveland now with 2 region losses. Walker Valley out tonight was also down big, 27-7 the last score I had there, and I'm not sure if that has gone final or not. That was from Walker Valley tonight. Meigs County was blasting Polk County. It was 41-3, I believe, at halftime, although it was still 12-7, I believe, in the second quarter is what I was given a score. So something must have, the wheels fell off, so to speak, for Polk County there in that second quarter. So it looks like those teams will win there tonight. In the other game in our region, Farragut was beating Hardin Valley pretty good, so I'm sure Hardin Valley is still winless at 0-7 on the season. Everybody has an off week next week except the Bears. They'll be on the road to Ottawa, a non-region game, and then we'll have Hardin Valley in a non-region game as well. But there's no, next week is a region week to be off, and then we'll have region play the following week as the Bears will be at Farragut. I've seen 2 different dates on that. I've seen a Friday game, and I've seen it listed as a Thursday game. So that's at Farragut. I'm not sure if that's going to be a Thursday or Friday game. We'll find out and announce it on the radio in plenty of time, because that's 2 weeks out. Then we'll have our final home game here in the regular season with Ray County in a non-region matchup there in 5A, and they're doing quite well. If they win tonight, they'll be 6-1, I believe, on the year, and probably ranked in the top 10 after the win tonight, because Walker Valley was in the top 10. And then we'll have a close out our regular season, as this season is quickly getting away. Our 10th and final game of the year will be at Maryville in what could be a battle for the championship of the region. So we'll have to see as time plays out, but Coach Floyd would not even address any game besides the next game, and that's probably the way it should always be. So the Bears win at 28-16. We'll take one more 1-minute break. When we return, Earl will have the stats, and we'll wrap it up here from Bear Stadium here on the Buzz 101.3 as we get ready to complete our Jenkins Daily postgame show. Back in 1 minute.
See, I thought you were saying Cleveland was winning 35-0. I only caught pieces of that. I was like, what? So I pulled up in FHS. It's like, oh, no, never mind.
And we've got back here at Bear Stadium on the Jenkins Daily postgame show. We're going to confirm a score here for you. Earl, go ahead and give the stats, and I'll confirm that the last score we were talking about. Oh, sorry.
I've got it. All right, Gary. The stats look like this. In the first downs department, the Bears ended up with 22, and Bearden had 11. In the rushing department, the Bears 232 yards net from the line of scrimmage, and Bearden was held to 34 yards on the ground. 34 yards rushing tonight. Second half, and it was very effective, as the stats will show. The overall stats, passing stats for the Bears, behind quarterback Aiden McClary, that would be 11 out of 15. 11 for 15 for the Bears, and Aiden McClary for 96 yards through the air. Pass intercepted by Ethan Ford. And for the Bearden Bulldogs, they went to the air 29 times, completed 16 for 251 yards. They had a big one, 62 yards, that set up that last touchdown, and they had some others, a 27-yarder, and their passing attack really was effective in the second half for them as they picked up 8 of their 11 first downs in the second half. So they went strictly to the air and just abandoned the running game. It was very ineffective, and it worked much better offensively. They gained quite a bit of yardage. 2 fumbles by the Bears, both of those in the first half. They lost both of them. And 1 fumble by Bearden. They did not lose that, so no turnovers there. 2 punts by the Bears, 36 yards behind Jackson Wilson on the kicking. 4 punts behind the kicking of Ethan Ford for Bearden, averaged 39 yards. Ethan Ford was one of the better kickers we've seen this year, Gary. He's a good kicker, very consistent, around 38, 40 yards. 6 penalties against the Bears, a total of 50 yards. 11 penalties against Bearden for a total of 62 yards. And recapping the scoring in the first half, of course, it was 21-3 Bears. And then in the third quarter, Bearden scored on a pass from Parrott to Arana, 6 yards, capped a 67-yard drive in 11 plays. The kick was added by Ethan Ford, and that drew Bearden within 21-10 late in the third quarter. In the fourth quarter, at the 4:25 mark, Jackson Wilson would score from 4 yards out, capping a 68-yard drive in 12 plays. Ira Rojas kicked the extra point to extend the Bear lead to 28-10 with 4:25 left. However, the Bearden Ball Club would come right back in about 2 minutes in the fourth quarter at the 2:39 mark. A 76-yard drive in 9 plays drew Parrott to Seth Arana, the final 1 yard. They went for 2, but the pass failed, and that's where we end up with the Bears taking a 28-16 win over the Bearden Bulldogs.
And a couple of other finals to report to you. Cleveland did lose 42-7 to Maryville, and Walker Valley was down 30-7 to Ray County at Walker Valley, and that was late in the fourth period of that game, which kicked off at 7:30, so they're a little bit behind us. Here again.
One other thing, as far as stats, Jackson Wilson, I did this 3 or 4 times, but of course my stats are unofficial, but they're very close. Jackson Wilson, I had 33 carries tonight for 212 yards.
Wow, so that's 4 games in a row. I believe he's went over the 200-yard mark. I'd like to remind you our play of the game was that 25-yard run by Jackson in the second quarter to give the Bears a 14-3 lead. It pushes out there and basically give us a little bit of comfort zone there. And our play of the week is brought to you by Medical Center Pharmacy, as always. Medical Center Pharmacy for all of your vaccinations as well as COVID testing. MedicalCenterPharmacy.com or MedicalCenterRx.com and the North of Coy Street in Cleveland. And our player of the game, well, as a collective player of the game, our entire offensive line who did such a
one more
good
time,
job
Gary.
tonight.
I know these guys
all year long.
They're called the Hogs.
Yep.
Up front. They don't get the publicity. They don't get their names called
unless
like
they get called for
holding. Yeah, unless they're called for holding. They don't get their names called and in print like running backs and wide receivers and quarterbacks, but boy oh boy, if they don't do their job, things break down.
Yep.
And they get a lot of blame. So one more time, you've hit this. The players of the game: Gabe Campbell, Braden Owens, Alex Dayton, Brody Morgan, and Luke Keith. Guys, we appreciate what you do and what you mean for this program.
And you guarantee the coaches know about that, and they appreciate it.
Yes.
And the running backs and the quarterback as well. For Gwen Schroyer, our sideline reporter, and for all the guys here making the broadcast on our streaming situation available on YouTube and Facebook, we thank all those guys in this broadcast class. For Morgan Denny back to the studio, a 28-16 win. The Bears 6-0 now, 3-0 in Region 2-6A. Be on the road to Ooltewah in a non-region game next week, and I think that's a 7:30 kickoff there from the Owl's Nest in Ooltewah. We'll get the word out for sure by Sunday morning. It'll be in the local papers and on the radio come Monday. This is Gary Oman saying so long till next time. God bless and go Bears.